This is Jaguars Happy Hour. Jaguars Happy Hour is brought to you by Jet Home Loans. And now, a guy who always performs this show with 6 hands, J.P. Shadrick.
And welcome in. It is Jaguars Happy Hour, our first hour of the program presented by Jet Home Loans. And a busy 2 hours ahead after yet another Jaguars winning result. 4 in a row now for the Jags. 5 out of 6 after the bye week. Here's what's coming up, presented by Deep Eddy Vodka, handcrafted with real fruit. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Colts dominated by the Jaguars, 36-19 the final score. Lawrence finding downfield connections. A long, explosive pass play in each quarter for the quarterback. Dominant defensive performance as well. The number 1 rush defense in the league shut down the number 1 running back in the NFL. We'll keep it real about the AFC playoff race and who scares you in the AFC. Maybe the Jags should look in the mirror. Maybe it's them. We'll find out in hour 2. Fan questions. We'll go around the National Football League as well. J.P. Shadrick with you, former Jags defensive end Austin Lane in studio with me. Good afternoon, Austin.
Good afternoon, man. How we doing? Happy Victory Monday.
It's tough to be anything but good on a day like today. Pete Prisco, can you find something bad? How are you?
I'll think about it, but I probably could find something bad. Look, the bottom line is that team is in first place, and not a one person out there expected that. And I bet you if you put on the coach, the general manager, the team president, and the owner, and you put them on a lie detector test, and you said before the season, did you think you would be in first place in December? They'd fail if they said yes, because nobody thought that.
The thing would be screeching like crazy. And you know what? And, national media types aren't ready for this either. They're leaving the Jags out of the commentary going into the game last week.
Well, and it's wild, too, because I watched, Sunday Night Football and everything. It seems to be now talking about the Colts-Jaguars games. It wasn't the Jaguars dominating the Colts. It was, Daniel Jones got hurt, so the Colts got beat. Right, and then I get it. Obviously, losing your starting quarterback from any team is a big thing. But I think if Daniel Jones is in that game, I still think the Jaguars win it.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah,
easy.
Yeah.
They were rolling.
Yeah,
they were rolling.
First off, the Colts never win in Jacksonville. We know that. Mm-hmm. They weren't going to win that game. It wasn't like he was off to a great start. He threw an interception right into the stomach of Devin Lloyd. And so I'm with you, Austin. They can talk all they want, and that's a damning blow to the Colts. They're done. They pack them up, they're done. But the bottom line is Jacksonville was going to win that game anyways, and they would have taken over first place whether Daniel Jones went down or not. And I think when you look at it from that standpoint, you got to give that team a lot of credit, and you got to give that staff a lot of credit. They were ready to play, and I think, again, the surprise of the league right now, they're one of them. New England's right there as one of the surprises of the league, but they are too, and they deserve to get a lot of attention. And I like what some of the players said. I like what Josh Hines-Allen said. Okay, if you're not on board, then you'll see us in the Super Bowl. And look, that confidence is good to have. What else did you say?
and it was a little uncharacteristic too from Josh Hines-Allen to say that, because he's always been connected to the more the humble guy, staying present guy. It was a little uncharacteristic for him to say we'll see at the Super Bowl, but this is a direct reflection, I feel like, of the regime, of the coach, instilling confidence. And you know what, Josh Hines-Allen, if you want to say we'll see you at the Super Bowl, by all means start doing that then, right? Because the team's playing well right now. They've answered every single call, every single challenge, and if you still feel like it's you against the world, even better for you.
Yeah, if you're going to put it out there, and then go chase after it. That's kind of the feel with that too. And obviously we've talked a lot about the coaching job by Liam Cohen, but that's another national conversation that I haven't seen his name listed yet. Coach of the Year in the NFL. There's going to be some big candidates, Pete, clearly, in other teams. New England, one of those. But, if they keep winning games here all of a sudden in year one, Liam Cohen should be in that discussion, right?
Yeah, and I'm one of the voters. I'm one of the 50 voters, so I have a vote in that. And yes, to answer your question, he is in the conversation. There's no doubt about it. Let's just say, for the sake of the argument, they win their next 4, including beating Denver, and they end up as the 2 seed, and maybe even the 1 seed if New England somehow stumbled down the road. And Yeah, he would be. He would be in that scenario. He would be the coach of the year if they ended up with the 1 seed. No, there's no question about that. If he ended up with the 2 seed, he'd be in the conversation as well. I think he's done a phenomenal job. I really do. And we talk a lot about him and what he's meant to that team and how we weren't sure about him before the season because nobody was. You have no idea. But he gets it, and that team responds to him. So he's definitely in that conversation. I don't think there's any question about it. I think it's him, Mike Vrabel. I think you got to look at Ben Johnson, even though they lost, and Sean Payton's in there as well. Those are the guys you got to look at as the guys who are, potential coach of the year candidates. And I think he's definitely in the mix.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you look at Vrabel and the Patriots, obviously if they finish as the number 1 seed, you can go out and see from last year, okay, give it to Vrabel. But at the same time, even if the Patriots do finish with a better record, you look at this Jaguars roster. We talked about it in the pregame show a little bit. I mean, you saw the fan vote of Pro Bowl votes. There wasn't one Jacksonville Jaguar in the top 5 in terms of the fan Pro Bowl voting. Now, I get it's the Pro Bowl and it's all a popularity contest. But if we're sitting here, talking about which Jaguars are going to the Pro Bowl, I mean, maybe Devin Lloyd, maybe Josh Hines Allen if he keeps playing like he's playing. But there's not a lot of Pro Bowlers on this team. You can see the Patriots right now and say, well, they got a quarterback. They got Christian Gonzalez. They have a lot of great players on their team. So, I mean, I think that goes into it as well. Where if you're talking about finishing with the second best record in the AFC or you're even getting the 3 spot with what you have on your roster from last year, he's got to be in the conversation.
Yeah, and the Patriots might actually have the MVP in the league. I mean, it's between him. Yeah. It's between him and Matt Stafford. So, again, that's another check for Liam Cohen, who if that team somehow finished at number 2 in the AFC or even number 1. I mean, if they finish number 1 in the AFC, he's the coach of the year. Mm-hmm. If they finish number 2 in the AFC and Mike Vrabel finishes number 1, he's probably going to be the coach of the year. But no doubt about it, Liam Cohen's in the conversation.
See, Pete, last week, though, we kept it real about the chances for being number 1 in the AFC, and you said there's no way in hell, basically.
I still don't think it's possible. I think the 2 seed is. I do think the 2 seed is possible. Come on, JP. They play the Bills and they play the Ravens, and that's it. And that's it. Mm-hmm. I mean, they play the Jets and the Dolphins. So
Dolphins are getting better, Pete.
Well, I mean, do you think they're going to lose 2 more games? And if they lose 2 more games, you got to go to the tiebreaker, right? So then you got to figure that all out.
Yeah,
but
that's
down the. You think they're going to lose 2 more games? I don't think they will. So I think they're going to be the number 1 seed. I mean, is it possible? Sure, it's possible. It's possible they could lose all 4 games. You know how the NFL is. Just ask Tampa, who lost at home yesterday to the Saints. I mean, anything's possible, but it's unlikely, and that's why the number 2 seed is possible. Go beat the Broncos.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, you go beat the Broncos, and the Broncos have a tough schedule. They still have to play at Kansas City. They have some other tough games. They play Green Bay this week. Mm-hmm. So you could end up with the number 2 seed. That's a possibility.
And New England had their bye this week, so they were rolling a little bit clearly going into the bye. See what happens coming out of the bye week as well. This is Jaguars Happy Hour, the day after a Jaguars win over the Colts 36-19. JP Shadrick, Austin Lane, and Pete Prisco. And what would help Liam Cohen's Coach of the Year candidacy would be play from the quarterback, Trevor Lawrence, like we've had the last 2 weeks. And yesterday, again, over 100 rating, back-to-back weeks now. 17 of 30 passing, 244, 2 touchdown passes, and an explosive play in each quarter. That's something that's been missing in this offense, Austin, is the downfield passing attack. And if they can figure that out consistently, look out.
Without a doubt. And this is really the last thing that we've been asking for from this Jaguars offense, right? We've seen the short to intermediate passes. We've seen the run game. But we've been asking for those deep shots. And, this one-handed catch by Brian Thomas Jr., I mean, I feel like this was the spark that got the offense going right here, right? That kind of left no doubt in terms of we got this. And it was good to see Brian Thomas Jr. gain some confidence back and everything. Probably Trevor Lawrence's best game by far. And like you mentioned, JP, to have an explosive play every single quarter, that's impressive.
Yeah, and the other thing about it is the quarterback stood in there. Even when they blitzed him a bunch, and even when he had the pressure around him, he sideswiped it and moved his left and fired a shot into the middle of the field and hit a couple shots downfield. And the one on the rollout was outstanding. I don't think he's being flustered anymore by the pressure. And I think he's stopping from, he used to look down, and I think his eye level would come down. It hasn't come down anymore. And I think that's why the big plays have opened up, because he trusts his offensive line. And you know what? On Sunday, he should have. They were really good up front on Sunday, really good, particularly the left side. You talk about Cleveland, and Cole Van Lanen was outstanding. I mean, he was fantastic at left tackle. And with the protection being what it was, that's how he can stand in there and make those throws and take those shots down the field. So I think it's a combination of a lot of things. We don't talk about Jacoby Myers and what he's meant to this team. I think Jacoby Myers has rubbed off on Brian Thomas. I really do. I said that last week. The route running is crisper. He just looks more into the game. It just looks more free-flowing for him. And I think Jacoby Myers also has really invigorated Trevor Lawrence with his trust and the fact he trusts him there. So I think it's a combination of a lot of things, but you're right. The quarterback was outstanding on Sunday.
I mean, I think a question is with Cole Van Lanen, because he did play really well, obviously in the spot for Walker Little, who's in the concussion protocol and everything. Do you sit down Cole Van Lanen when Walker Little comes back, or is it Cole Van Lanen's job now to lose?
It's Cole Van Lanen's job. In my mind, there's no question it should be Cole Van Lanen's job. And I gave a couple plays. I watched the tape today. There was a 2-play sequence in the run, not in pass protection, in the run game. He got out and drove his man nearly to the sideline, and they cut up inside of him. Then on the next play, he had to get out and hook the end, and he did it. They ran it on the other side of him. I mean, that's hard to do, and he's good at it, and he's physical in the run game, and he was good in pass protection. The only time that there was any hint of pressure coming his way was when he kind of got knocked off by the guard who was trying to help him, and when he saw he might need help, and he really didn't need the help. So I think he has to stay in there, and by the way, I do think he will stay in there. They're not dumb, and you know that. We've said that before. This is a regime that can admit mistakes and can admit when the better player should be on the field, and the better player is Cole Van Lanen. He should be playing left tackle.
Let's get to the defense. We'll dig deeper into the offensive performance, especially in the run game. They lacked a little bit on the offensive line in the running game overall yesterday. We'll get to that coming up in a little bit and dig deeper into Trevor Lawrence's day and what that could mean down the stretch for the Jaguars. But the defense had quite a day again. 3 takeaways, and they shut down Jonathan Taylor, the number one running back, number one rusher in the NFL. Had only 74 yards in the game on 21 carries, 3.5 per carry. Did have a touchdown, but the Jags defense fantastic against the run, just over their average of 82 yards per game allowed. I think it was like 87 in the game total, or 89 in the game. So that's pretty strong, and that was the marquee headline coming in of which side was going to be better, and I think they heard that all week, just hearing from some guys in the locker room after the game, and took that to task. And then they've got their full allotment back. I mean, Eric Murray's back on the field, making a difference down the field. The defensive linemen were out there. Armstead didn't play a lot of snaps, but Trayvon Walker did, and he made an impact. So this defense was ready to go.
Yeah, and last week we kind of talked about what do we know, like what does this team do well? I mean, they left no doubt now. And I was questioning it too, right? Because they haven't really faced a great rushing attack all year. Even when they played the Rams and the Seahawks, those teams chose to pass on the Jaguars a little more. This was a test, and I think the Jaguars passed it with flying colors. We do now know that the Jaguars are the best defense in terms of stopping the run. I don't think it's up for debate anymore, and it's cool to see. Obviously, you have Lloyd had the interception right away, but you're seeing guys like Strigo, you're seeing guys like Dickerson, guys that are kind of unsung heroes, if you will, but they play with a passion, getting called up a little more. They performed yesterday. Like it was a complete unit on that defensive effort, and I thought a lot of guys played well.
Yeah, and I mean, let's be real. It's easier to defend the run against Jonathan Taylor when you don't have the starting quarterback in there. I mean, that does make it easier on you. But they did a nice job. And again, even on the national broadcast, they said it. They said that Liam Cohn and Campanelli were raving about, Devon Hamilton. And we've been saying that on here for the last, 6 weeks. The guy's been really good in the run game, and he's a big reason why they've been so good against the run. Trayvon Walker was really good against the run. He's still not the great pass rusher that you'd hope him to be, but he's a good player against the run. And I think when he gets used to that hand a little more, he'll be even better at it. rushing the passer, but they were good against the run. And you're right, a lot of those guys stepped up. But it is easier to defend that run game when you know the backup quarterback is in the lineup.
I thought it was really telling too, because I listened to the broadcasting this morning with J.J. Watt talking about how, I guess I forgot what game it was, where Liam Cohen decided to be a little more hands-off with the defense. Where in the beginning, Liam Cohen wanted to be in the defensive meetings and everything and just kind of oversee everything. And then I forgot what game it was, but then Watt alluded to Cohen decided to step back a little bit, let Coach Camp kind of run the defense, and then, Coach Cohen could focus on the offense. And I think that's really telling as well. Obviously as a first-year head coach, still trying to figure out things a little bit. And I get it. You kind of want to micromanage and make sure your personality is all over the place. But to kind of hand over the keys and say, I trust you enough, guys, go do this, I think this defense has been playing better since he's done that.
And it's smart because, again, that goes back to being a first-time head coach. What do you know? What do you think you have to do? Do you do too much? Can you rely on your guys around you? And if you hire them, rely on them. If you think Campanelli's a good defensive coordinator, let him run the defense and get your nose out of it and go worry about the offense. And so that's a learning experience for a first-time coach, and he took it to heart. And I give him credit for that because it is a tough thing to do, is to know what you need to do as a first-time head coach.
Plenty ahead. We are just underway on Jaguars Happy Hour. We'll return and get back into the offense yesterday. Travis Etienne with 2 rushing scores. And, yes, the wide receiver play beginning to improve. We mentioned Brian Thomas Jr., but a lot of other guys had hands in yesterday's effort. And deeper into the quarterback play yet again for the Jaguars. If you want customized Jags furniture for your home, check out zipchair.com and browse all customizable options. Zip Chair furniture for fans. Coming up in the second hour, we'll keep it real about the Jags AFC playoff chances, fan questions, much more. Just underway, it's Jaguars Happy Hour presented by Jet Home Loans.
Jacksonville's own Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the Jaguars, just scored big, winning 2025 National Builder of the Year. And right now, Dreamfinders is running its best game plan yet, offering winning interest rate incentives and move-in ready homes available today. With 20-plus communities right here in Jacksonville and over 40 across Florida, from Jacksonville to Orlando to Tampa, Dreamfinders Homes is everywhere you want to be. Visit dreamfindershomes.com and move into your dream home today.
It's almost basketball season. North Florida basketball is right around the corner. Secure your seats inside UNF Arena for both men's and women's basketball for less than $20 a game. Visit UNFospreys.com/buy tickets now or call 904-620-BIRD today. Again, North Florida basketball is almost here. Secure your seats inside UNF Arena for both men's and women's basketball for less than $20 a game. Visit UNFospreys.com/buy tickets now or call 904-620-BIRD today. Swoop.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal made just for you, let our team member Jacob share what's special about Culver's.
In Wisconsin, our food comes from the heart, and taking the time to handcraft your meal with care is how we've always done it at Culver's. It's why your Butterburger doesn't touch the grill until after you order.
Come to Culver's and let us serve you a Butterburger made special just for you. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
Yuengling Traditional Lager, a beer that, like true legends, stands the test of time. Brewed by the same family for nearly 200 years, it's a crisp amber lager with a bold, smooth flavor that's perfect for game day. Whether you're cheering from the stands or watching from your favorite bar, Yuengling is the taste of tradition. Yuengling, legends stand the test of time.
When it's your money, your business, or your home, you deserve a partner who sees and hears you. A partner who is by your side every step of the way. That's Ameris Bank. It's a commitment we're proud to make, and one we back up by providing financial solutions to empower you. Because at the end of the day, we are dedicated advocates for you. Visit your local branch or learn more at amerisbank.com. Ameris Bank, fiercely yours. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all loans subject to credit approval.
At GEHA, we stand behind our members because we were founded by members. So with zero shareholders to mind, we keep our members in mind by offering a health plan for every stage of life. plus hearing and fitness discounts. At GEHA, one thing is clear. Your health isn't our business. It's our purpose. That's why we've been trusted by millions of federal employees and retirees across the country since 1937. Visit GEHA.com to find your federal health plan.
I think just getting healthier, right? Like as a wideout and you got an ankle, like that's just, it's hard. It's hard to feel confident probably going out and cutting and running and stopping and making plays. And I think right now he just feels better. He feels healthier. He's been practicing hard. He's been practicing at full speed. Him and the quarterback and Trevor have worked at it. Like they've put time into it. And it showed up yesterday in a big way for us. That's an area of our offense that has been much needed. And to have it show up yesterday was such a good thing to see.
Head coach Liam Cohen earlier today in his Monday press conference after a Jaguars win over the Colts, discussing the play of Brian Thomas Jr. It's been quite a season for him. Drops early in the season. Ankle injury last few weeks and battling back, and now a couple weeks in a row having some big catches, and certainly did yesterday. Welcome back. It is Jaguars Happy Hour presented by Jet Home Loans. We're on 1010XL, Jaguars.com, and Jaguars YouTube. JP Shadrick, Austin Lane, Pete Prisco. As the Jaguars now 9-4 will host the New York Jets next week. 4 games to go. First place in the AFC South, number 3 seed in the AFC playoff race. Yes, Brian Thomas Jr. stepped up in a big way yesterday. 6 targets, 3 catches, 87 yards, along of 39. But some other guys stepped in too. Tim Patrick, 6 targets, 5 catches for 78 yards. He did have a drop, but then the next play had the touchdown. And then Jacoby Myers on 10 targets yesterday, only had 4 catches, 39 yards, but now for the 3rd straight game, he has a touchdown reception. No Parker Washington yesterday for this team. And at some point, he'll be coming back in theory. So Liam Cohen today didn't have any insight to that, but let's see how the week goes, basically, is what he said on Parker Washington. But you're getting contributions from all types of different receivers here.
All shapes and sizes, man. Yeah, shout out to Tim Patrick. He had a rough go-around a couple games ago, right? He had that one major drop and everything, but comes back out there. And listen, what I like about Liam Cohen is that if you're a willing blocker, if you're a willing wide receiver to do the dirty work, you will be rewarded then, eventually. And this is the Tim Patrick experience, right? Like, this guy has been reliable in the run game. They have him out there for a reason. He's 6'5". He's a big dude, a great blocker. And then every once in a while, if things open up, you'll get some targets coming your way and get a touchdown. And that's what happened yesterday.
The other thing in his comments about Brian Thomas, there was a little message in there. I don't know if you guys heard that, but about practicing hard this week. He practiced hard. There was a message in there to him about what it takes to be a pro. And, again, I go back to Jacoby Myers being in the building. And they, Tim Patrick was brought in because he was a bigger receiver. Plus, he was a pro's pro, too. But when you're not putting up production, and it's hard for those young guys to look at you and say, hey, you know what? Let's follow what he does. But when Jacoby Myers comes in and starts producing right away, and you can see the quarterback leaning on him, then everybody looks around and they go, hey, wait a second. Whatever he's doing, I need to do. And maybe that has rubbed off on Brian Thomas. I think it has, and it shows. And that was, look, the one-handed catch was fantastic. He nearly dropped the one on the sideline. I mean, they did challenge that, so he's got to be better. He does have a tendency not to pull it in at times, but I thought his route running is better. His demeanor on the field when you watch the tape is way better.
Body language.
Yes. And I think the quarterback trusts him more. So I do think look, if you have Parker Washington, Thomas, and Jacoby Myers on the field at the same time, and they're all producing, and Thomas is producing like we expected him to produce this season, that's a nice trio of pass catchers to go with a tight end and Strange who could catch the ball.
Listen, I know that he's kind of an afterthought now, just the way the season has gone. But Travis Hunter, obviously you lose your first-round pick, and that's a huge detriment. But now looking back in retrospect, the silver lining is if he doesn't get hurt, maybe you don't get Jacoby Myers. And if you still have Travis Hunter here, we don't know what this wide receiver room is going to do. Like, we don't know if Brian Thomas Jr. is going to upgrade himself and everything. Like, Jacoby Myers here, and I agree with you, Pete, he has made the biggest difference that you can imagine. And, like, I remember being a rookie, and we had a guy named Aaron Campman. And, I knew who Aaron Campman was before I got to Jacksonville, obviously being a Packer fan and everything. But Aaron Campman goes out there, I think his first game has 2 quarterback sacks. And it's like, okay, whatever crazy stretching, lifting Aaron Campman's doing, I better get on board. Because it's one thing to talk about it, right? It's one thing to be a veteran in the league. Okay, that's cool. But to actually see it with your own eyes and say, hey, when it's game time, the lights are the brightest, this dude's going out there and doing his thing, I better get on board. That's what Jacoby Myers is doing. It's not a knock on Tim Patrick, right? He's a veteran. He's been in the league for a while. Props to him. But you have to almost have the stats and the resume on the field to back it up to really be that locker room leader.
I agree 100%. I don't, you can be a rah-rah guy and not producing, and those guys are going to look at you and go, come on, man, you don't even do anything. But when it's a guy doing it and he's leading and he's doing everything the right way, guys will follow him. And I think that's the most important thing. I think that's why Myers has been so key to this team in terms of that, but more than that, in terms of what he does on the field, sitting down in zones, knowing how to run routes, being a pro. And last week, in the run game, he wasn't a very good blocker, I'll be honest with you. I know he's a willing guy, but last week he was terrible at it in the run game. This week he came back, he was a little bit better at it. That tells you he noticed it and he worked at it. So I'm a big believer in having those kind of guys in the locker room, and I think it's kind of bled out through that whole room. And when the coach starts talking about Brian Thomas Jr. practicing hard the last couple of weeks, it's a message, but it also tells you what Jacoby Myers has meant to him.
And think about, both of these guys, Patrick and Myers, were added in trades after August. Patrick came in here in August, and then right before the deadline, here comes Myers. Yeah, that's half, 40% of your wide receiver room in trades in season. Yeah. And they're contributing in December. That's almost unheard of.
Let me ask you this. Since they got Myers, how many snaps it's something to keep an eye on, but I don't know if we can total it up now, but how many have Myers, Strange, Thomas, and Washington all been on the field together for any game?
Oh, boy.
I don't think they have.
Sounds like a co-pilot question.
We'd have to dig deep into co-pilot for that one. Work on the algorithm.
I don't think they have been, though. Because Washington missed.
He didn't play last week.
Right. And then 2 weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago when they were all together. That was the one time they were all together.
So that would have been, week 12, right?
Yeah. That was I think that's the only game, if I'm not, because Strange came back that game, right? And he had missed time, and I don't think they had been together. Thomas missed some time. That's right. They haven't been on the field much together, and that's where you got to be a little excited if you're a Jaguar fan to see that group together, kind of grow together with the quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm looking at that the game book from the Arizona Cardinals game, and yes, Brenton Strange did start in that game. Parker Washington played in that game. Myers was in that game for 52 snaps. Strange for 44. Tim Patrick for 29. Who's the other one?
No Thomas.
No Thomas.
Brian Thomas.
Yeah, he was out of that game.
Yeah,
he missed
so
that
I think there's only been one game where they've all been on the field together. One.
Wow. Well, they're going to be on the field together, hopefully moving ahead if Parker Washington can get back on track in the days ahead and get back out there next week against the New York Jets. We've got plenty ahead. We've got to get back to the defensive side and the linebacker play yesterday. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, it's crazy how this whole game came to fruition in the first couple drives here because you had the Colts who wanted to run the football, right? And they do the play action. Lloyd reads it. Beautiful interception. On the other side, the Jaguars want to run the football, or do they? Play action, and they get the pass because the Colts are cheating up too much. It was one circumstance of where you had a defense that was ready, locked in, and the Colts defense wasn't.
We'll dig into the Jaguars' defensive effort when we come back. Plenty ahead. And then in the 5 o'clock hour, fan questions. And yes, we'll keep it real about the Jaguars' chances in the AFC playoff race. And we're going to talk Pete into getting them up to number 1. Today's the day.
Not happening.
This is Jaguars Happy Hour presented by Jet Home Loans.
Jacksonville's own Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the Jaguars, just scored big, winning 2025 National Builder of the Year. And right now, Dreamfinders is running its best game plan yet, offering winning interest rate incentives and move-in ready homes available today. with 20-plus communities right here in Jacksonville and over 40 across Florida. From Jacksonville to Orlando to Tampa, Dreamfinders Homes is everywhere you want to be. Visit dreamfindershomes.com and move into your dream home today.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey ham, melted cheddar and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
The stadium bathroom line. It's like TSA and the DMV merged in the waters of rush hour traffic, and you're in it. No closer to the bathroom than you were 5 minutes ago. Just closer to, well, going to the bathroom. You know what actually takes a minute? Pre-ordering an Uber so no one drives impaired after the game. Take a minute, make a plan. Never drive impaired. Go to takeaminutenow.com. From Diageo, Mad, Uber, and the NFL. Please drink responsibly.
Are you ready to love how you feel, look, and live in every season? At Elace, we offer more than just luxury med spa treatments. We provide a serene, judgment-free space where you can reconnect with the best version of you. Whether you want to refresh your natural look with Botox or Dysport, pamper yourself with a relaxing hydrofacial, or rejuvenate your complexion with laser resurfacing, our expert team in Jacksonville is here to tailor treatments to your needs. Visit Elace.com today and start your journey to loving yourself.
Hey Jags fans, stop dreaming of creating your game day fan cave and build the Jaguars den of your dreams with ZipChair. When it comes to maximum comfort, ZipChair.com is the only place for officially licensed Jaguars recliners, sofas, bar stools, office and gaming chairs, all featuring high-quality embroidered Jags logos. Crack open a few cold ones in the comfort of a ZipChair and make your home the place to be on game day. Head over to ZipChair.com and save 20% today. Use code JagsRadio at checkout. ZipChair.com, furniture for fans.
Jacksonville Builders score big with DL Cabinetry. As the official cabinet supplier of the Jacksonville Jaguars, they offer top-quality kitchen and bathroom cabinetry for any project. Enjoy fast turnaround, complimentary design, and great prices. Visit dlcabinetry.com today to learn more and to become a dealer. Limited spots available. DL Cabinetry, the winning choice for builders.
I think the league-wise, I think, to them, we're still the Jags, and they're just waiting for us to slip up. But, for us, if we continue to trust our process, trust our grind, and we're going to continue to keep peaking. And, all the people that are going to say that, we're not a good team, we'll see them in the Super Bowl.
Josh Hines-Allen, nice necklace. That's after the game in the locker room after a Jaguars win over the Colts. And welcome back. It is Jaguars Happy Hour presented by Jet Home Loans from the Hyundai Studios. We're on 1010XL AM, Jaguars.com, and Jaguars YouTube. The Jaguars over the Colts, 36-19. And the defense dominated the day. Certainly the quarterback left near the end of the first quarter for Indianapolis, Daniel Jones, with a torn Achilles. He's done. And then the backup, Riley Leonard, I believe, is injured as well. So there's question marks for them moving ahead. There were anyway, but with their schedule ahead, it's going to be a tough ride for them in the final 4 weeks of the season. But you know what? The Jaguars defense did their job. They stopped the run. They had 3 takeaways. And we mentioned Devin Lloyd with another interception, his 5th, tied for the second most in the NFL this year. Led the team in tackles yesterday. Foye Oluokun seemed to be flying all over the field at one point in this game with a couple of passes defensed. And linebacker play steps up again, Austin.
Yeah, without a doubt. Real quick with Daniel Jones, man. I mean, I'm going to give him an honorable mention all-alley team simply because that dude walked off the field with a torn Achilles, which
well,
you don't
a broken
really
leg
see
in one leg and the Achilles in the other.
Yeah, so a dude's pretty tough, man. Now, it's to the Colts, life comes at you fast. Because a couple weeks ago, you thought you were one defensive back away from going to the Super Bowl, and you invested in obviously Sauce Gardner, and now you're going to be out at quarterback. You may not even re-sign him. You're not sure what's going to happen with that, and you don't have a couple first-round picks to use as well on a quarterback. So the Colts went from being one of the hottest teams in the NFL to now maybe being in the dumps.
Well, and you know what, Austin? They weren't scoring very many points the last month of the season either. I mean, there were concerns about the offense a little bit, anyways. And I mean, the one drive he was in there when he scored the touchdown, he looked pretty good on throwing the football. But they get away from Jonathan Taylor too much, I think. And again, that's a criticism I've had of that staff. And you're right, they went for it. And now what? Think about that. We said this last week. They haven't won a division since Andrew Luck was there. And every team in the division's won it twice. I mean, the heat has to be on Chris Ballard. When you go for it, you don't make it. That's a big problem. You're right. What do you do with him now? I mean, he's probably not going to play next year, at least halfway through the season, right? I mean, it's going to be a long haul for him. And so you can't pay him. And so what do you do? It's a bad situation. And their schedule, I didn't think they were going to make it anyways, to be honest with you. You look at that schedule. It's at Seattle. They have at Houston still. They have the Niners and Jacksonville. I mean, they weren't going to make it anyways, but now they're definitely not making it.
And regardless of who the quarterback, though, was, I mean, you still have to give props to the Jaguars defense for shutting it down, right? And this circles back to Lloyd and everything on that first play. Like, I think everybody in the stadium thought, okay, well, here comes Jonathan Taylor. Like, you're going to rely on him because when they use Jonathan Taylor, they win football games. Like, it's no secret. And the fact that, Lloyd had the discipline enough to, I'm not sure if it was a called, play on defense or not. I think it was just more of discipline to see, okay, it's going to be play action. Let me drop back a little bit. And Lloyd's been doing this all year. Great eye discipline. Ball came to him, made a great play. And obviously that was a huge spark for that Jaguars team.
Yeah, those linebackers were active. I mean, look, he's had a good season, and they got a decision to make with him regarding him. But they both were active, and I thought that Lloyd, I mean, that Aluakon hit on the sideline on that reverse, that jet sweep. I mean, he just blasted that guy, and I mean they were active, and that's the most important thing. They don't always make, in years past, they make a lot of tackles, but now they're making impactful tackles behind the line and getting up and filling holes. It just looks different and it feels different for those two linebackers.
We mentioned it briefly, but Trayvon Walker was back on the field yesterday, coming off a knee issue, and had some big plays in the game, but not many bigger than that 4th and 1 stop just before halftime. What a play.
Yeah, I mean, it's everything once again. And I get it. Maybe, you're out your starting quarterback. Jonathan Taylor, in my opinion, is still the best running back in the league. And all he needs is a couple missed tackles here or there to take one out the gate. The Jaguars did a great job yesterday of swarming, and then when the opportunity presented itself to knock the ball out, they did it. But it seemed like the message this week for this Jaguars defense is we need to wrap him up first and then worry about the takeaway second.
Yeah, and you look at that play, and if we look at that play, he knifes inside the tight end, beats the tight end, but Dickerson's making a play on that one too in the backfield. He's right there with him. I mean, the whole you can look at that and see. I mean, the whole defense was swarming to the football. You could.
Devin Lloyd came up and popped the center.
I mean, the whole group.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, it was just that's the way you expect to play on a 4th and short like that, and get penetration and then take him to the ground because he's a hard guy to take to the ground. There was one point during that game, I don't know if you guys heard it, J.J. Watt was talking about the Jaguars hadn't given up a 70-yard rusher. And next thing you know, late in the third, I think it was in the third quarter, Jonathan Taylor ripped off like a 15-yard run. And right after he said it. But for the most part, they did a great job with it. I mean, everybody across the board played good run defense. And that's what you have to do against the Colts.
And obviously, I think having Murray back now in that lineup as well at safety made a difference. Obviously, we're wondering, Wingard being out, because Wingard's specialty, I think, is playing in the box and stopping the run. You didn't really notice he was gone yesterday. I think that they did a great job of when they had to stack the box, they did. And, Murray has the great play, causing the fumble and everything and creating a turnover.
If there's one knock on them, the one drive, they sometimes allow guys to get into those soft zones and don't make the plays. You know what I mean? Like there was a couple of those throws that were easy throws for the quarterback to make because I don't think I think Antonio Johnson had a chance to come up and blast a guy and it was a tick late and they completed one for about 20 on the inbreaker. You know what else they get them on too sometimes is when they bring a man in motion across the formation and you saw, I think it was Pittman on one of those got open for a play. But for the most part, even the secondary players played pretty well, I thought. Newsome did some good things. Murray, you mentioned. Johnson's been much better the last couple of weeks. And Montaric Brown, and getting Jordan Lewis back is big, but Monteric Brown just fights. He fights. And I think that's the most, the best thing you can say about that guy is he fights and battles every single play.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to kind of go against some cons and some trying to nitpick a little bit, those first couple of drives for the Colts with that soft zone coverage or the soft coverage in general, I didn't really get it because the MO on Daniel Jones was out. Like, this guy can't really run. I mean, I get he ran to the sidelines, but then you saw he was kind of hobbled a little bit. Like, they're not going to probably try to go deep here because it takes a long time for those plays to develop. You have Josh Hines, Allen, Trayvon Walker in the game. Like, play up a little bit, right? Like, I understand you're trying to bend, don't break, don't get beat deep, but they didn't have, I feel like, the players to beat you deep when Daniel Jones can't scramble out or buy himself some time. So I was a little surprised at the soft coverage in the beginning, but then they obviously tightened it up when Daniel Jones goes out.
It's funny because you mentioned that there was one play where they brought Lloyd off the left edge as a blitzer, and all he had to do, they were playing Newsome, I think it was playing 15 yards off, and the guy just hit a little skinny in-breaker for 12, 13 yards or whatever it was.
Is that the Pierce one, I think, right?
Yeah. You can't do that. You got to. I'm with you. So they needed to tighten it up a little bit. They did eventually. The problem with their corners is, particularly with Monteric and those guys, you're scared they're going to run by him. And Pierce has had a great year. Pierce is going to make a lot of money in the offseason. I mean, he can run by people. He's learned how to be a route runner. He's one of those guys that can go by you. So I think maybe there was a little fear of that. But the reality is, I'm with you. When you blitz Lloyd off the edge, get up on the guy and take a chance. And if he's going to go by you, he goes by you. But get your hands on him. Don't let him go by you, but don't let him get an easy completion for 13 yards either.
Beyond that, with Newsome, are you satisfied with his development over the last few weeks in this defense since he's joined?
Yeah, he looks more comfortable. Look, you heard them say he had to learn the defense and learn to understand what they were doing. And I think he has learned, to be more comfortable in that defense. The thing about him is he knows how to play the ball. He knows how to see the ball. And at times, they're going to get beat in man coverage. Everybody does. But I think he's much more comfortable in that defense. And look, when Jordan Lewis is on the field, they're good players. They're not, they're just not great corners. But again, who does have great corners in this league? And that's why the pass rush and how you attack the quarterback is so important.
Now, with that interception, we'll take it, right? Because I think there's an argument to say that Pittman, that might have been, his catch and everything with that interception. But hey, we'll take it all day. I mean, they were fighting for a while. I thought Liam Cohen was going to go to the bullpen and be like, hey, Logan Cook, go out there and handle this real quick. But he didn't have to do that.
I don't know how a 50-50 ball goes to the defensive back, by the way. I never quite figured that out.
But they were going at it for a while.
They were.
Yeah.
52-48.
Hey, Logan,
Jags.
Man of the year, let's go.
The enforcer. Come on in here. Yeah. Handle this, Logan, will you? So, all right, there you go. Jaguars defense, really good day at the office again, slowing down the run game, and 3 takeaways, part of a Jaguars victory over the Colts. 11 straight home wins over the Colts for the Jaguars. By the way, yesterday was the 8th consecutive year the Colts have had a different starting quarterback in those games.
It'll be 9 next year, probably, too.
It might be trending that way for 2026. From the backyard to the beaches, the Ford F-150 with available Pro Power on board gives you the power of a mobile generator. Ford, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. See your local Ford dealer today. We'll return with Austin's favorite segment, Microsoft Copilot.
That's my best friend right there.
When we come back, it's Jaguars Happy Hour, presented by Jet Home Loans.
Jacksonville's own Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the Jaguars, just scored big, winning 2025 National Builder of the Year. And right now, Dreamfinders is running its best game plan yet, offering winning interest rate incentives and move-in ready homes available today. With 20-plus communities right here in Jacksonville and over 40 across Florida, from Jacksonville to Orlando to Tampa, Dreamfinders Homes is everywhere you want to be. Visit DreamFindersHomes.com and move into your dream home today. The Jaguars bring performance, strength, and passion to every play. And you'll find the same when you bank with EverBank. Open an EverBank Performance Savings account and score serious savings. See what you could earn at everbank.com/Jaguars. EverBank. Advantage you. member FDIC, and the official bank of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
'Tis the season, Jags fans. This holiday season, make spirits bright and give the gift of Jaguars gear. From cozy hoodies to stylish headwear, the Jags Pro Shop has everything your favorite fan needs to rep their team in style. Whether it's stocking stuffers or statement pieces, find it all at the Jags Pro Shop. Visit us on game days at Everbank Stadium or shop online anytime at shop.jaguars.com. Your one-stop shop for making holiday wishes come true.
Game day means it's time to get loud, get proud, and get real. As a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, Deep Eddy Vodka brings real flavor made with real ingredients to every tailgate, watch party, and post-game toast. Handcrafted in small batches in Austin, Texas, Deep Eddy Vodka is distilled 10 times and is made with purified Texas water, real fruit juice, and pure cane sugar. Wherever you're cheering on the Jaguars, make every moment a real one with Deep Eddy Vodka, a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Please stay drink responsibly. Deep Eddy Vodka is a product of Deep Eddy Distilling Company, Austin, Texas. 35 to 40% alcohol by volume, distilled from corn.
Jaguars fans, are you ready to beat the heat? All season long, head to Mr. Chubby's Wings in Ponte Vedra Beach, Fleming Island, and the West Side to cheer on your Jags. And here's the game-changing play. Order the Beat the Heat Special, which includes 12 of the best wings in town, and score a free milkshake or ice-cold milk in the Jaguars souvenir cup. Thanks to our friends at Florida Dairy Farmers. Fuel up, cool down, and celebrate your Jaguars with Mr. Chubby's Wings and Florida Dairy Farmers, the ultimate game day team. Hey, Duval! Getting to the game just got easier thanks to the new Geico Game Day Shuttle program. Geico's got you covered with a complimentary service before and after every Jaguars home game this season. Ride with your friends, ride with your family, and ride with ease. Enjoy celebrating those unforgettable moments both on the field and on the road. The Geico Game Day Shuttle service runs 3 hours before kickoff and 1 hour post-game. Learn more at jaguars.com/parking. And go Jags!
Our guys, took control of the moment, I guess you could say, in terms of understanding that, this was a big game in a lot of ways, and I think our guys have responded in so many ways in these big games, right? You look at, obviously, Kansas City, San Francisco, some of those moments where, I think they ultimately always kind of feel disrespected, and that's something that continues to feed our team.
Head coach Liam Cohen after the game yesterday, a Jaguars win over the Colts, blowout victory 36-19. And welcome back to Jaguars Happy Hour. And it's time to check out Microsoft Copilot. The Jaguars currently on a 4-game win streak. So the question, when was the Jaguars' last 5-game winning streak? If they can beat the Jets this week, the answer, the Jaguars' most recent 5-game winning streak came in October 2023 when they won 5 straight games leading into the Week 9 bye. And the next line would be, then they collapsed.
What happened to that team?
They collapsed. That would be next if I click the next button. There you have it. Microsoft Copilot, easy as can be to check it out. So that's Pete Prisco, Austin Lane. I'm JP Shadrick. It's Jaguars Happy Hour, 1010XL, Jaguars.com, and Jaguars YouTube. Here we're talking about win streaks in December, first place. Coming up in the second hour, we're going to talk about the AFC playoff picture and the Jags' chances to move up in that, and what scares you in the AFC. That's all coming up in just a little bit. But, that Houston game shook something loose. They referenced that a lot yesterday after the game and again today, and the 19-point fourth quarter blown lead, it'll either open your eyes or send you in a tailspin, and I think it did the first.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, it takes the ultimate embarrassment to kind of open your eyes and kind of give you a new lease on life, if you will. And, I do feel like if they would have won that game, I don't think they beat the Chargers like they beat the Chargers. I don't think this Colts game looks like the Colts game. Like I think that and I get it. It allowed Houston to try to find some confidence as well now because they're on the Jaguars' heels in this playoff picture. But looking back on, I think that game's going to mean everything in terms of how this team turned things around.
Yeah, and again, you look back on that though, oh boy, if they hadn't blown that lead, I mean, my gosh. Yeah. I mean, you blew a 19-point lead to Davis Mills in the fourth quarter. Otherwise, you're 10-3. You're talking about them pushing for the 1 seed, and you would already have pretty much a hammerlock on the division. Now you blow that game, and they can, if the Texans and Jaguars tie for the division, I think the Texans, by one of those weird formulas down the line, will end up winning the division, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so it comes down, it's obviously head-to-head, first of all, which is split, and then it's division, win percentage.
They would have the same record, I think, if that had played out that way.
Here we have it on Jaguars.com. There's 12 different tiebreakers that they can use, and they go in order. So it's division games is the second one. Then it's common games is third. Then it's conference games fourth. Strength of victory, strength of schedule, and you're rarely going to get this far down. It gets convoluted after that.
But I think if things play out the way you think it might play out, it could actually get down to strength of schedule in all games.
Wow.
And that would be amazing. But here's what Jacksonville needs to do if they don't want to be involved in that. Just go win them all.
Also, can we replace number 8? I mean, because I get 8 is super rare, but best combined ranking among all teams in points scored and points allowed. Hey, Oklahoma Joe. How does that sound?
Right.
Why not?
How does that sound? Oklahoma Joe, and we'll see who wants it more.
I mean, you get to get to the one at the end, you get a coin toss. Gosh.
Yeah, come on, Oklahoma Joe it. Let's go.
But when you look at it on paper, though, it actually looks like the winner of the AFC South will host the team that doesn't win the AFC South in the playoff game.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
When you look.
It could be that way, absolutely.
Well, because if neither team gets higher than 2, then the 3 seed will host the 6 seed, right?
Yeah.
And the 6 seed, I think, would be the AFC South team. So the other AFC South. So you would play them again if you look at it.
That's
I mean, that's script writing right there.
Yeah, I mean, the Jags had a 19-point lead down there. So if it's the Jags, or the other way around, they've handled them here. So,
let me ask you this: do you want to play that defense again?
No. I mean, in terms of the AFC picture right now, the Texans might scare me more than anybody. Because we want to talk about what we know. We know the Texans' defense is legit.
But offensively, they still have issues. We saw that even last night against the Chiefs. They don't. The quarterback isn't protected that well on that team, and I think that's something you could take advantage of. And they don't really run the ball that well. So I'm with you. The defense, though, and we know defense travels in the playoffs. I mean, that's a given. So I still think the team that scares you the most, and we'll talk about this later on, but it's Buffalo.
Yeah, they're 9-4 right now. We'll dig into them and the way Josh Allen played yesterday and what it all means for the AFC playoff picture. But the Jaguars now have won 4 straight games, 5 out of 6 since the bye week, and right there is the number 3 seed in the AFC playoffs. Jets coming in next week.
Yeah,
they stink.
They're not good. And listen, this is a Jaguars team right now that has been thriving off of people not believing in them, right, and almost having that chip on their shoulder.
Yeah.
Well, you're by far the favorites now. I think last time I checked, it's 12 points at home for the Jaguars against the Jets.
For entertainment purposes only.
So, for entertainment purposes only. So, we're going to need Aaron Glenn to say something in the media to kind of fire this team up a little bit, because this is kind of uncharted waters now, and this is another step for Liam Cohen. And I get that the Titans game, right, you were favorites there as well, but you're going to Nashville. You don't always play well there. It's a divisional game. This is a Jets team that, if Fields doesn't play, their quarterback, nothing to write home about. They've been gutted in terms of,
Taylor's hurt. Taylor's hurt too.
But before the trade deadline, they got gutted. Like, this team is ripe for the beating. It's just the fact of, how do you respond now being such a heavy favorite?
And Britton Strange actually talked to us on radio after the game yesterday. They kind of asked him, Bucky Brooks asked him, hey, next week, you're going to be heavily favored. How do you He's like, well, this team beat us last year, the Jets.
I like it.
So
see, that's the chip.
There it is.
Well, not only that, you got to be careful, because next week you play Denver in what is one of those games where if you won a game like that, you would get a lot of people looking at you. So you got to be careful not to look ahead. And they did a great job of that at Tennessee, because they didn't get caught looking ahead to the Colts game. And I think Liam Cohen will do a good job of making sure they don't get caught looking ahead. That team is bad. I mean, that Jets team is bad on both sides of the ball right now, particularly on offense. So I think this is one of those games you go in, get up 21-7 or 21-3, put the hammer on them, and go home and rest it in the second half. That's what you need to do. And I think they will do it. By the way, I wanted to ask you guys, the rain was awful. It looked awful all day. And I think it kept away some of the crowd. I mean, but the guys who were there, and it looked like it was a lot of people there who did show up. I mean, you tell me, was that rain? It looked awful to me.
Oh, second half, it was pouring, cats and dogs. But, you know, in the first half, it kind of let up a little bit. Very, very, very
But it was raining early in the day, too, wasn't it? All, yeah.
I mean, they had the tarp on the field until like almost 11 o'clock. I mean, that's 2 hours to kick.
The field was in good shape.
A lot of fans. I think that kept a lot of fans away. I really do.
No, I mean,
I don't know what the crowd was, but it looked like it kept some guys away.
I mean, I think that the combination, because it was a little more chilly, right? So you got cold rain coming in. Like, I think that definitely hurt some of the numbers and everything. Like, and I'm not sure with New York. I mean, New York, I think, generally travels well. Are they going to travel for this game? Probably not. But, I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure. It's supposed to be great weather, I think, this weekend. So that could be an incentive for people to show up.
Paid attendance yesterday, 60,067.
Yeah, well, 20,000 of them were disguised as seats.
I'm just telling you the paid attendance, Pete. It's on the book. That's all I can tell you. I'm just reading stats.
But I mean, I think it's look, this game, the Jets game won't be one of them because they're the Jets. They're not very good. But at some point, it's got to get to the point where the people start coming back and packing that damn place again. Mm-hmm. You know, you got to start. I just think you got to start believing in that team. And I get it. Skepticism 101 in Jacksonville. It's been that way for the entire time that franchise has been in existence. It's almost like you wait for the worst to happen. I get it. But at some point, and look, this game isn't sexy, but it's a football game in December when you're in first place.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Maybe the AFC Championship game, they'll start showing up a little bit. We'll see.
Wow. Well, I mean, and then they can all get travel to the Super Bowl because Josh Hines Allen said they're going.
Yeah.
That's
right. He did.
Wait, but did he actually lock it in, though, or not?
I don't know if he locked it. It's not quite the Jalen Ramsey we're going to win that be either, but, you know. But, hey, he said it. He put it out there.
Yeah.
Hey, 1 hour down, 1 hour to go. After Jaguars win over the Colts, JP Shadrick, Pete Prisco, Austin Lane. It's Jaguars Happy Hour presented by Jet Home Loans.
Jacksonville's own Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the Jaguars, just scored big, winning 2025 National Builder of the Year. And right now, Dreamfinders is running its best game plan yet, offering winning interest rate incentives and move-in ready homes available today. With 20-plus communities right here in Jacksonville and over 40 across Florida, from Jacksonville to Orlando to Tampa, Dreamfinders Homes is everywhere you want to be. Visit DreamfindersHomes.com and move into your dream home today.
Game day means it's time to get loud, get proud, and get real. As a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, Deep Eddy Vodka brings real flavor made with real ingredients to every tailgate, watch party, and post-game toast. Handcrafted in small batches in Austin, Texas, Deep Eddy Vodka is distilled 10 times and is made with purified Texas water, real fruit juice, and pure cane sugar. Wherever you're cheering on the Jaguars, make every moment a real one with Deep Eddy Vodka, a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Please stay drink responsibly. Deep Eddy Vodka is a product of Deep Eddy Distilling Company, Austin, Texas. 35 to 40% alcohol by volume, distilled from corn.
It's game time, Jaguars fans. This season, feed your fandom with the Jaguars sub from Publix, the official supermarket of your Jacksonville Jaguars. Wow. Sink your teeth into crispy chicken tenders, boar's head bacon, melted cheddar, sweet coleslaw, and smoky barbecue mayo, all stacked on a fresh white roll. Taste the hype only at Jacksonville Publix locations. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
Chelsea here. Ready to upgrade your windows or patio doors before the new year? During Renewal by Anderson's December sales event, buy one, get one 40% off. And with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months, it's never been easier to say yes. Renewal by Anderson's Acclaim Impact windows are built for Florida, designed to help you save on energy bills while keeping your home comfortable year-round. Offer ends December 31st. Restrictions apply. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com. License number CGC 1527613.
It's the year-end sales event with the Ford crew.
It's sales event time, Sam.
Temperatures are dropping, but the deals are just getting hot.
Time for our annual Ford Holiday Gift Guide.
Oh, yeah.
Hard to go wrong with great deals on trucks and SUVs from Ford, America's all-time best-selling auto brand.
Don't forget the first rule of holiday gift giving, Hank.
What's that, Sam?
Always remember to treat yourself, too.
Well said.
Based on Automotive News Almanac historical data and industry-reported sales data from 1909 through 2024 CY.
Jaguars fans, are you ready to beat the heat? All season long, head to Mr. Chubby's Wings in Ponte Vedra Beach, Fleming Island, and the West Side to cheer on your Jags. And here's the game-changing play. Order the Beat the Heat Special, which includes 12 of the best wings in town, and score a free milkshake or ice-cold milk in the Jaguars souvenir cup. Thanks to our friends at Florida Dairy Farmers. Fuel up, cool down, and celebrate your Jaguars with Mr. Chubby's Wings and Florida Dairy Farmers, the ultimate game day team.
All three phases, dominate. All three phases, straight dominate. Guys, I'm so proud of you. Man, that's a big win, baby. That's a big win. Guys, man, you talk about being at your best when your best is required. These are the type of games. These are the moments. These are the moments. And we rose to the occasion. Every single one of you guys should be so freaking proud to go look yourself in the mirror tonight. Love you guys. How about our freaking quarterback?
That's head coach Liam Cohen, of course, in the postgame locker room yesterday after Jaguars win over the Colts. Welcome back. It's the second hour of Jaguars Happy Hour presented by Mr. Chubby's Wings. Before the game, after the game, and during the game. JP Shadrick with you, 1010XL, Jaguars.com, and Jaguars YouTube. And here's the opening drive for Hour 2 presented by Target Zero. Let's get everyone home safely. Jags over the Colts 36-19 in a battle for first place in the division. As you heard Liam Cohen say, the Jaguars dominated in all phases. The Jaguars' number one rated rush defense shut down the number one running back in the league in Jonathan Taylor, only 74 yards on the ground. 3 takeaways from the Jaguars' defense yesterday. Trevor Lawrence didn't have the highest numbers in his career, but it's arguably one of the most effective games in his career. A deep completion in each quarter. He threw for 2 scores. Travis Etienne Jr., the running back, ran for 2 more. The Jags are down 9-4 with 4 games to play. They've won 4 straight. They're 5-1 after the bye week. The number 3 seed in the AFC playoff race. Coming up, we'll keep it real about that race and which teams are trending up and down, including the Jaguars. And yes, Jags head coach Liam Cohen should be in the Coach of the Year conversation, trying to become the 3rd Jags head coach to win the division in their first year as head coach. 2017, Marrone did it. 2022, Peterson did it. And now in Week 15, the Jaguars host the 3-10 New York Jets. Next week, a trip to Denver to face the 2-seed Broncos. Then the return trip to Indy in Week 17. They'll wrap the season in Jacksonville against the Titans in Week 18. On a day to be determined, Saturday or Sunday. And, of course, this week, the Jets-Jaguars game is presented by Geico. It feels good to Geico. Austin Lane with me in studio. Pete Prisco down in South Florida.
Real quick about Liam Cohen. I mean, it's great to see the reaction, the energy after the game, giving Trevor a shout-out. He's got to stop doing the let's go with the arm thing.
He's going to throw his shoulder out.
I mean, this is the 4th game in a row. If they beat the Jets like they're supposed to, we're talking 5 games, that's a lot of pressure on your shoulder coming down. So I'm worried about the rotator cuff and AC joint of Liam Cohen, because the last thing you want to see is him going on the IR now with a shoulder injury. He's got to take it. Like, Tony, give him a bear hug or something and just stop him from doing that, man. Because he goes all out with it.
I mean, it's like a rear and back, and I don't know if the follow-through is accurate or not. Yeah. I mean, we need to get Tom House in here for his mechanics on throwing motion or something. Yeah,
you got to be careful. Look at that.
I mean, overextending himself and everything. We see one more time, we got slow motion.
I mean, he just turned 40, too. You got to think about that.
This is what I'm saying. And he's not warmed up. It was a cold weather. It was cold rain. Cold. So you're not warmed up properly. It's not like you have the bands going back and forth, like warming your shoulder up. So, yeah, man. I mean, I just think that the 5th game in a row, if you beat the Jets, how much more can that shoulder take? I mean,
super slow-mo on Jaguars.com.
Yeah, look at that.
Tommy John's coming up, I think.
By the way, real quick, while we're talking about guys getting hurt, have you heard anything on the security guard at all?
No, I have not. I mean, I saw him standing up after they showed a little bit on the screen that we had in here.
I'll tell you what, he took a nasty tumble.
He did.
I mean, he had no idea it was coming because his back was to him, and he just got blasted.
Man,
that was bad. That could have been really bad. Hopefully he's okay. It looked like he was, like you said, but man, that could have been ugly.
I wonder if we could get Liam in here to like do a post-show speech for us when we do when we do a good show, which is every week. You know.
Every week.
I think it's every week, and maybe you're wrong. I don't know.
No, man. I mean, I feel great leaving the room every single time. That'd be great.
Yeah, me too. I feel great every time I leave the room. Are you kidding me? We don't need that motivational stuff. We don't need that.
It'd be nice to hear a little support, though. You know, it'd be awesome.
Huh?
It'd be nice to hear him in here yelling at us. It'd be awesome.
JP, do you have needs? Do you want somebody? You okay? You need somebody to prop you up or something? You okay?
Reassurance, man.
Everybody likes a little pat on the back every once in a while.
We all need reassurance every once in a while.
You got to stay motivated for the Jets. I mean, come on.
Yeah, you're right. That's hard to do. Any lock this week, by the way?
Well, it's a home game, Pete, for you. I mean, this should be a slam dunk
you
lock.
kidding me? I already locked the playoffs. I can't lock anything else. I'm locking. Okay, you want me to lock it? I'll lock it. It's a lock.
Okay.
Lock.
Wow. All right. I didn't know it was going to be that painful for you.
Well, I mean, so it's so easy to lock it. I mean, it's not hard to do. I locked the playoffs. You know, I want Austin to take it one step further and lock the Super Bowl.
Sounds like Josh Hines Allen is close to doing that too.
I'll let Josh do that. I'll just say, I'm going to obviously lock in the Jets game as well. So go ahead and lock me in, please. Appreciate it.
It's great. Double lock.
We're really going out on a limb with those locks, by the way.
I know, man. We're risking it for the biscuit over here.
All I know is that the one time we did the triple lock, it didn't work, and I've been banned from locking ever since, and that still holds up. I will not lock anything.
JP, come on, man.
According to the fans, you're not allowed to lock anymore.
No. Right. That was a harsh memory.
All right.
Yeah.
Business for the businessmen with me and Pete, then. We'll let you do your own thing.
The interesting one will be next week if anybody locks the number 2 seed.
Ooh.
Right?
I mean, you're saying if they beat the Broncos, that's number 2 seed.
I think the Packers can beat the Broncos this week in Denver.
Sure they can.
And if they do, then you go in there and you win. I think you would have the number 2 seed. You would have the number 2 seed.
Okay.
So.
Is there any way? What is a way the Jets could scare the Jags at least this week?
Turn the ball over.
If Fields comes,
if Jacksonville turns the ball over, anytime you turn the ball over, no matter who you're playing, you're going to pay, and so you can't turn the ball over. If they don't turn the ball over, they'll win that game by 14. And maybe even more. But you can't. You know how this league is. You turn the ball over, you give a team hope. I mean, but if you get up 14 or 17. You know what they're going to start doing? Looking for plans in Bermuda and Aruba and Bahamas and everywhere else. That's what they're going to be doing.
Cancun in 3 weeks.
I don't know the status of Justin Fields, but like if Justin Fields somehow does play in this game, I mean, and I get it. Like you turn on the film with Justin Fields, it's not a lot to like, but he is a mobile quarterback. The guy can run. Maybe that makes you a little nervous in terms of can this defensive line stay disciplined when rushing the passer? Don't give up the long runs of Justin Fields because – once again, like it's going to take a lot more than Justin Fields to beat this team, but if he's in there, he can provide a spark for that offense.
Can Trevor Lawrence maintain this level of play down the stretch? Do you believe in that, Pete?
Yes, I do. I think this is the Trevor Lawrence we expected to see. And for whatever reason, over the certain points of the last couple of years, we haven't seen it. And I think a lot of it has to do with the injuries. I think his eye level came down a little bit. The pass rush got to him. He was getting hit a bunch. He was sped up. He wasn't taking the shots down the field. And now I think he feels comfortable with the group in front of him. I think he feels comfortable with the receivers on the outside, and he's willing to stand in there and play. Look, a couple of the best throws he's made over the course of the last couple of weeks have all been ones where there's been pressure from the right or pressure from the left, and he's taken a little hop and made a throw. And that's what you need to do. Playing quarterback isn't always getting outside the pocket and creating with your legs. It's subtle movement in the pocket. Some of the greatest passers of all time had subtle movements in the pocket to escape pressure, reset your feet, and fire a shot down the field. And I think that's what you're seeing more of from him, which I think mechanically he looks better, confidence he looks better. And I'll be honest with you, I'll be astounded if it doesn't continue and carry over with what they have around them now.
And by the way, that offensive line, no sacks allowed, no quarterback hits allowed for a second time, fourth game this season without any sacks allowed on the quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like since this wristband, he's gotten just seriously, since the wristband's been coming to play, he's got a new sense of confidence, and this offense is running more efficient, and they're getting the play in a lot quicker too. I mean, a lot of these deep balls yesterday, he still had like 10, 11 seconds on the clock where he's just, he's at the line, kind of just looking at things. Like he's a lot more calm and collected. And, once you start making that playoff push, you have to have 2 wristbands. By all means, add another wristband. I don't care. Like,
we'll all wear wristbands.
We'll all wear wristbands, Trevor.
takes.
But we got you, man. But that's been a difference, it seems like, since he put that thing on.
I'm glad you mentioned the offensive line because I said it earlier. Van Lanen was their best lineman on Sunday, and he needs to stay in at left tackle. That should be a no-brainer. But Cleveland was really good. Hainsey bounced back after a really awful performance the week before. The right guard was solid again. McCary's been pretty good. He gets some penalties, which are annoying at times. Mm-hmm. And Harrison had a rough go of it in the run game, I thought. There were times where Harrison didn't get to the second level and he allowed the linebacker to knife through and make the play. And he looked to be looking around at times. That might have been, for him, that might have been one of his off games. But in terms of pass protection, they were all pretty good, and they held up. Now, that Colts defense, entirely different group without Buckner. I mean, it changes who they are as a defense when he's not on the field. He makes Stewart better, and he makes everybody else around him better. And when he's not on the field, they're not nearly as good on defense.
Yeah. That's how it goes.
Yeah. Injuries happen, though.
It's to all teams in the NFL. It's just how it goes.
Would you guys keep Van Lanen in?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I would.
I mean, until he gives you a reason not to trust him, I feel like the way that he's playing right now, how can you take him out? He has the hot hand. You keep riding the hot hand.
I'm with you. I think he needs to stay in. And I'm not just saying that because he played a little bit better. He was significantly better in both the run game and in pass protection. He seems to know how to play the position. And he's a tough guy. Mm-hmm. When he gets on a guy, he stays on a guy, and that's what you want in the run game.
It's wild because this is old school speaking here, but like he plays left tackle, but he has like the right tackle demeanor. Always like back when I played, like the right tackles were a little more the gritty, rough around the edges, finishing the tackles. Left tackles are a lot more athletic and everything, good footwork. I mean, he's got great footwork and everything, but like this guy plays with an intensity, like an attitude as well, because I forgot what play it was, but there was one play where he drives the guy to the ground, and instead of just saying, okay, I'll let you. No, like he kind of gave him a little right there, like this is, a little right
business.
There. A little business.
Gave him the business.
A little business, and you appreciate that, seeing that from an offensive lineman.
What is he listed at, JP? Because he looks square, he doesn't look like he's, the prototypical left tackle. Baselli was a prototypical left tackle, 6'7", 325, 335.
Cole Van Lanen is
at times probably 345, even though he'd never admit it. But,
Cole Van Lanen is listed at 6'5", 312 pounds.
Yeah, so he's good. He's square. He's a square kind of guy, and I think he can. I think he deserves to stay there. And if my gut tells me how this regime handles things, I think he will stay there. And so that's another thing you're going to have to deal with. You have a left tackle. Because, you know the old adage, Austin, you don't lose your job by injury.
Of course.
So is Walker Little losing his job because of injury, or is he losing his job because he didn't play as well as he should have before the injury?
Now that's, part of, if he's not playing as well, this group, even if it's due to injury and they're kind of even.
Yeah.
They're not even.
They're not even.
No, because and take the injury out of it. Like, we can go back to a couple games where Walker Little was just getting turned around, letting this guy come off scot-free, right? Like there's plenty of that film to watch. So injury aside, like if I'm Liam Cohen, I'm saying, hey, this is the reason. It's got nothing to do with you being injured. It's we have a guy right now that's playing at a very high level, and until he shows that he can't do that, this is the guy going forward.
So
I agree. Yeah. I agree. It has to be, and I think it will be, to be honest with you.
All right. We're back in a moment, and we'll keep it real. It's all been a fraud until next segment. That always gets you every time, Pete.
I know.
It's coming every week.
We're just fakes for an hour and 15 minutes. We're fugazis, as they say in the Italian vernacular.
Right. That's what it is. We're back, and we'll keep it real about this AFC playoff race. The Jags currently number 3. Who scares you in the AFC? Where will the Jaguars end up? Can they finish the regular season the right way to end high enough? We'll get into all that coming up. Our Mr. Chubby's wing selection today, 2 different kinds of wings. I think one was kind of garlicky. I stayed away from that one. One was Mr. Chubby's style, Had a couple of those mozzarella sticks here today and the pretzel bites. Good selection, Austin.
I mean, there's a really good aroma filling the hallways right now. And I'm not sure if that was a candle, if that was actually the food itself, but something smells really good in that hallway.
Food,
yeah, there you go.
And I would buy that candle, I think.
I would buy that candle as well.
And you've got 3 minutes to go figure it out, Austin. It's Jaguars Happy Hour presented by Mr. Chubby's Wings.
Mr. Chubby's Wings is a whole lot more than just wings. Craving the ultimate game day experience? Look no further. Swing by Mr. Chubby's and indulge in the biggest and best wings in town, all while soaking up the lively atmosphere with fellow sports fans. With plenty of game day specials and locations on the West Side, Fleming Island, Ponte Vedra Beach, and new this season, Everbank Stadium, they're here for all your game day needs. Mr. Chubby's Wings is a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Mr. Chubby's Wings, before the game, after the game, and during the game.
It's game on, Jaguars fans, no matter where you might be. From the backyard to the beaches, the Ford F-150 with available Pro Power on board gives you the power of a mobile generator. So as long as you've got a TV and a signal, you don't have to miss another game. Just one more reason why Ford F-Series has been the best-selling truck in America 48 straight years and counting. Ford, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. See your local Ford dealer today.
My husband, Steve, was diagnosed with prostate cancer. They only gave him months to live. That was years ago. Now, he's out there, under the tree. Nature photography is his thing. And apparently, so is catching poison ivy.
Oof, so itchy. UF Health, human progress has no finish line.
At GEHA, we stand behind our members because we were founded by members. We're not focused on Wall Street. We're focused on Main Street. So we've built dental plans with 100% coverage for in-network preventive care, with access to a nationwide network of nearly 600,000 provider locations. GEHA is proud to offer dental plans exclusively for federal employees, federal retirees, and military retirees. Visit GEHA.com to learn more.
Frank Frangie here. When you want barbecue in Jacksonville, you want Bono's Pit Barbecue. You can find Bono's locations all around town and on game day at Everbank Stadium because Bono's is the official barbecue of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Over 70 years of authentic Southern Pit Barbecue. We are the local barbecue joint in BBQval for generations of people in Jacksonville. Go to bonosbarbq.com to learn more or call 904-880-8310 today. And remember, if you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
Hey, Duval, here's your chance to be face-to-face with the Jags as they take the field on game day. Jump in the shadows and experience the Jaguars like never before. Enter today at everbank.com/shadows for your chance to be part of the action. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of the 50 United States and D.C., 18 and older. Entry periods for the sweepstakes are from 8/4/25 to 12/21/25. For official rules and complete details, visit everbank.com/shadows. Sponsor and administrator, Everbank, N.A. member FDIC.
Hate to say it, but we're not in a position to act like that. We know what happens when we let the foot off a little bit. We've seen what that looks like, and I think when you learn from those moments and those times in games, it's our jobs to hold that standard, to not let ourselves get to that position. Are we going to play perfectly every single snap and every single game? Probably not. But if we can have the right mindset and mentality for 60 minutes and 4 quarters, I feel a lot better about that.
Head coach Liam Cohen earlier today, the full press conference at Jaguars.com and Jaguars YouTube, discussing the disrespect that he felt from the national media outsiders. The Jaguars not involved in some of the talk last week around the AFC South. And, the motivation this week against the New York Jets. That was the answer he had, part of it as well. JP Shadrick, Austin Lane, Pete Prisco. It is Jaguars Happy Hour. Let's touch on that disrespect.
Talk about foot on the gas, 4th down on your own side of the field. Yeah, we'll go for it. We're not worried about it. We're up, decisively, but we ain't going to punt it, man. We'll keep on going for it.
Why not?
Why not, man? Despite what the co-pilot might have said. Hey,
bury them, man. They're a division rival. We're playing football. It's not
it, man.
Two-hand touch.
Do your thing. Go for the throat.
Yeah, I don't mind that in some situations, but you got to be careful with it. See Chiefs last night. I mean, you got to be careful with how you go for it on fourth down.
What was that, by the way?
Oh my God! Come on, Andy, what are you doing? Tie game, nobody's scoring, and you've got to go for it in your own end. That's just dumb. Yeah. But I was looking through the Jaguars' schedule before. They've only been blown out by one team this whole year, really blown out, and that was the Rams.
It's true.
I mean, Seattle beat them, but they were kind of hanging around in that game a little bit. I mean, and Seattle didn't do a lot except for a couple shots down the field. Remember, they hit those shots to Smith and Jigba, and the tight end got one, I think, in that game when Wingert got caught in a bad situation. But for the most part, they've been in every single game, every one, and could have lost some they won and could have won some they lost. I mean, that tells you where they are, but it also says a lot about the league too. Doesn't it? I mean, it really does say a lot about the league. Nobody's that good this year, and everybody, and I mean everybody, is beatable.
And that gets us into Keeping It Real, presented by Nobody. You got 4 weeks left.
4 weeks of the regular season, but don't forget about the 3 weeks of the postseason.
Playoff.
It's a great stocking stuffer. It's a great stocking stuffer.
Playoff audience spikes. That's what happens, apparently. It's been a while.
Yeah, but you didn't hear what I said. 3 weeks of the postseason.
Yeah, see? I like that. All right, we'll get into the playoff race in the AFC. Of course, the Jaguars currently the number 3 seed in the AFC playoff chase. If it ended today, Denver 1, New England 2, Jaguars 3, Steelers 4. 3 wildcard teams currently, Bills, Chargers, Texans. Chargers play tonight, by the way. In the hunt, Colts, Ravens, Chiefs, and Dolphins. So the Chiefs are on the outside looking in. They need a lot of help. So who scares you? We kind of touched on this earlier. And where will the Jaguars end up at the end of the day in this AFC playoff race? It feels like it's almost anybody's race this year.
Yeah, I mean, if you're asking who scares me, I'm a little scared by the Patriots. I mean, I get their schedule and everything. They're 11-2. And then I have the Houston Texans. But what's interesting about this list here is that if you take team offense and you take team defense and you talk about complementary football, I give the advantage to the Patriots. But I think the Jaguars right now are second on that list of all these teams in the AFC. Better than the Broncos, better than the Bills in terms of playing complementary football, team offense and team defense. I put the Jaguars at number 2.
Well, if all those if that's how it was, 1 through 7 in the playoffs, the team that would scare me the worst would be number 5, because Superman plays quarterback for that team.
The Bills.
And yes, and when you look at them, yeah, they have defensive flaws. They've had a lot of injuries, and guys are starting to come back, but they have defensive flaws. But that guy can put a team on his back and carry him to a win, and that to me is the most terrifying thing of all of them. So the Bills would be number 1 on my list. And then probably after that, because I'm in agreement with you, Denver offensively doesn't scare you at all. I mean, he completed 30-something passes. I think it was 31 passes on Sunday for 211 yards or 210 yards. I mean, wow. They don't take any shots down the field. And so they don't scare you offensively. Really good on defense. The Texans are limited offensively. The Patriots can do both. That's scary. They don't rush the passer all that well, so that gives you a little leg up on them. And then you go to the other teams, Pittsburgh, Baltimore, neither one. But if Baltimore got in, you'd be more scared about Baltimore because of that history and that quarterback than you would be maybe even if Pittsburgh got in. So I think the scariest team of all of them is the Buffalo Bills because of Josh Allen.
Okay, and I get the Josh Allen stuff, and obviously he shined yesterday in the snow against the Bengals. Yeah. But if you watch the Bills, though, they're predicated off James Cook having a good day, right? Like they're a run-first football team because you look at who Josh Allen's throwing to, it's not a lot of household names.
You're right to some degree, in large part because they've had to be that way. Okay. But if they don't let him go like he did yesterday and like he's done in big games, they're not winning. I don't care how much. Sure. If James Cook runs for 120, with the way they're constructed right now, they're not winning unless Superman takes over. And I think they realize that.
Yeah, no, and I understand that. But also I think, if you look at what the Jaguars do well, they do stop the run. And I think if you can make them a little more one-dimensional, and obviously stopping Josh Allen is going to be a tough task, but I think a lot of teams go wrong playing the Bills because, well, James Cook's a pretty respectable running back. And once that run game gets going, it opens up the play action for Josh Allen. Then he takes off and runs as well. But if you limit James Cook like I think the Jaguars can, it's gonna increase your odds, let's just say.
And by the way, if they played Buffalo the way it's currently sitting, they would be at home in that game. Whereas if they had to go play Denver or New England or even Pittsburgh, Baltimore, you have to go to their place. You'd rather play at home no matter what, I think, in any scenario.
No doubt. And by the way, the Jaguars are 2-2 against Josh Allen all the time.
All right.
Just saying.
And here's the other thing. The Chargers could fade quickly if you look at their schedule, by the way. One of those games is Chargers and Texans, so one of them will knock off the other. But you look at their schedule starting tonight with the Eagles, and they have they have to go to Kansas City.
Yeah, so here's the schedule, Pete. Eagles tonight at home in L.A., at Kansas City, at the Cowboys, home against the Texans, at the Broncos.
Yeah, I mean, couldn't you see them, if they don't win tonight, couldn't you see them folding up and not making it?
Whoa.
So then the question becomes, who is that next team then that gets in?
I mean, what a treat for the Chargers. You have to go through Murderer's Row, and then your last two teams are probably against the best pass rushing teams in all of football with an offensive line that is held together by some glue and some,
Yeah. So
sticks.
Let's just say the Chargers didn't get in. Who's the last team in?
It ain't Indy. They're going to fade and fold like
They're
a cheap
done.
suit.
They're done.
Yeah, they're done. Baltimore, Kansas City.
It might be, as weird as it sounds, if you look at the Chiefs' schedule, it might be them.
It's crazy.
Because it would be, they play the Titans. I think they have a game against the Titans and another, the Raiders. So there's two winnable games. Then they have the Chiefs and the Chargers at home, and then they have one other game.
Here's the Chiefs' schedule ahead. The Chargers. You talking about the Chiefs' schedule?
Yeah.
Yeah. Chargers.
Yeah, the Chiefs have the Chargers. Then they're at the Titans. Then they're home against the Broncos on Christmas night.
Okay.
And then they're at the Raiders.
Right. So you figure two of those they should win easily. They should beat the Chargers at home. And then it comes down to whether they can beat the Broncos or not. And if somehow they won, if they win out, I think they're going to get in based on the Chargers' schedule being what it is. And the Colts' schedule is just murderous, by the way. So in that scenario, the last team would be the Chiefs. The Texans or the Jaguars would be the 6, and then the 6 or the 3. I think that's how it would play out. And they probably play each other. I think that's really going to work out that way. I think the winner of the AFC South will play the loser of the AFC South in the playoffs.
Be nice to have it right here at the bank.
Pete, you rather play in the Chiefs or the Texans?
Me?
Yeah.
I'd rather play the Texans. I don't want that guy in. If I'm playing the playoff game, I don't want him anywhere near me. I know. I mean, I just don't. You know how those quarterbacks get in the postseason. I don't want him anywhere near me.
They'll magically start catching the football again in the postseason. It's funny how that works. They were dropping it like
Kelsey one-handing it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, they were terrible last night. Brutal. All right, there you have it. Keeping it real. The real has been kept. We're on to fan question.
Back to being fake again?
We're going to fake it.
Speaking of keeping it real, Pete, what's up with the collared shirt today on the show? We applying for a loan? What are we doing here?
No, I got my. I had to I used a different camera and stuff, so I had to use the mic, so I couldn't just put it on the T-shirt, so I put it on there.
Okay.
You looked respectable, Pete. It's great.
Sound great too, by the way.
It sounds awesome.
Sounds great.
Yeah. See, now I got new equipment, and it's going to sound a lot better from now on out. So you can hear me loud and clear when I'm ripping you. Hear that, Pops, Shadrick?
We're back in a moment. Fan questions ahead. PRI Productions, the Southeast full-service event company, has everything you need to bring your next idea to life. Visit PRIProductions.com and learn more. It is Jaguars Happy Hour presented by Mr. Chubby's Wings.
Mr. Chubby's Wings is a whole lot more than just wings. Craving the ultimate game day experience? Look no further. Swing by Mr. Chubby's and indulge in the biggest and best wings in town, all while soaking up the lively atmosphere with fellow sports fans. With plenty of game day specials and locations on the West Side, Fleming Island, Ponte Vedra Beach, and new this season, Everbank Stadium, they're here for all your game day needs. Mr. Chubby's Wings is a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Mr. Chubby's Wings, before the game, after the game, and during the game.
It's here that a tiny newborn has the heart surgery needed to save her life. It's here that a first grader learns to speak clearly and confidently. It's here that a 12-year-old athlete builds the strength to run full speed again. It's here at Wolfson Children's Hospital that answers are found, courage is shown, and odds are beaten every day. Wolfson Children's, always here. Visit wolfsonchildrens.com.
Hey, Duval! Getting to the game just got easier thanks to the new Geico Game Day Shuttle program. Geico's got you covered with a complimentary service before and after every Jaguars home game this season. Ride with your friends, ride with your family, and ride with ease. Enjoy celebrating those unforgettable moments both on the field and on the road. The Geico Game Day Shuttle service runs 3 hours before kickoff and 1 hour post-game. Learn more at jaguars.com/parking. And go Jags!
At GEHA, we stand behind our members because we were founded by members. So with zero shareholders to mind, we keep our members in mind by offering a health plan for every stage of life. Plus, hearing and fitness discounts. At GEHA, one thing is clear. Your health isn't our business. It's our purpose. That's why we've been trusted by millions of federal employees and retirees across the country since 1937. Visit GEHA.com to find your federal health plan.
I'm Foye Lewican from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Driving distracted or under the influence is dangerous for you, and it's dangerous for everyone on the road around you. Ride with Do Not Disturb. That call, text, or social media message can wait. Choose your music before you turn the ignition. Anytime your eyes are not on the road ahead, you're distracted, so pay attention. Remember, drive high equals DUI. Plan ahead. Have a designated driver or get a ride home. Keep a clear head to see clear ahead, and let's get everyone home safely.
Chelsea here. Ready to upgrade your windows or patio doors before the new year? During Renewal by Anderson's December sales event, buy one, get one 40% off. And with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months, it's never been easier to say yes. Renewal by Anderson's Acclaim Impact windows are built for Florida, designed to help you save on energy bills while keeping your home comfortable year-round. Offer ends December 31st. Restrictions apply. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com. License number CGC 1527613.
You hit strides at different times in different seasons. It's just the way it goes, and try not to overthink it. Try not to dive into too many what ifs and this and that. So you just kind of keep coaching. You keep the standards high and the expectations high, and I thought he rose to the occasion yesterday and played at a high level. He was really accurate. I mean, really had the 2 drops too, that you can understand a little bit in the elements, but was really, I thought it was one of his more accurate games, big plays that we needed on critical third downs. So hopefully we can continue to ride the momentum.
Head coach Liam Cohen on Trevor Lawrence. Of course, another 100-plus rating game for the Jaguars quarterback, 17-30 passing, 244 through the air, and 2 touchdowns. The only other time in his career he's had 3 straight 100 rating games was 2022. That was part of a 5-6 game stretch, the start of the stretch run that season when the Jaguars made the run to the playoffs. Welcome back. It is Jaguars Happy Hour, our second hour, presented by Mr. Chubby's Wings. JP Shadrick, Austin Lane, Pete Prisco. Next week, by the way, this show will be on location at Mr. Chubby's in Ponte Vedra. Pete,
Really?
Are you coming up or no?
No, I can't come up. But I'll tell you what, I'd love to be able to come to Mr. Chubby's Wings and eat a bunch of wings and stuff my face like you do every Monday when you're home, when they bring it in for you.
I had 2 wings today, Pete.
That's it? That's it?
I don't know if that's stuffing my face.
I'm just repeating what the team vice president of football operations says. He said, didn't he say you stuff your face all the time?
He says a lot of things.
He does. He does.
He certainly does.
How about, by the way, I don't know if you get them too, but I'm starting to get a lot of people sending me pictures of him in that hoodie.
Nonstop. I mean, you're one lock away. If you win the lock this week, if they beat the Jets now, you get the hoodie too, right?
I get the hoodie, man. I'm part of the call.
You know what?
Let's
That's
go.
why I think he kind of took the easy way out, Austin.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
talk to me about. Okay, I mean, if you want to make it 4, we'll see what happens in Denver then. We'll see. I mean, I'm going to. Hey, I'm going to be there for that game.
Don't you agree with me though,
I'm
JP?
going to the game.
It's a little on the. You can't really give him. You can't give him the hoodie with the third lock because it's the Jets.
I lock 2 away games. Something that you're afraid to do with depending on who they're playing at all. Like I lock 2 away games.
Yeah, you did, but lock next week's away game.
If you get 3 right, you get the fake street corner Lululemon. It's not the real one. It's not the real brand.
It's the one that frays after about 6 weeks.
If it rains, you're in trouble.
La tomato or something they call that one,
Right.
huh? Okay, cool. I got you.
Yeah, you do. Okay. Well, congrats on that if the Jags get the job done next week. So, yeah, we'll look forward to this show. You and I, Austin, will be at Mr. Chubby's in Ponte Vedra next week, 4 to 6. Come see us. As we'll have Pete on the line with us, as always.
Cool. Absolutely.
After the Jaguars-Jets matchup. Time now for fan questions. We put the cat signal out on X. Here's the best we've come up with today. At Duval Hoops, the last 2 games, Trevor Lawrence is noticeably comfortable in the pocket. In your opinion, what has clicked?
Well, the offensive line, he believes in them more. And the fact is that the wide receivers are playing better football. Jacoby Myers, to me, is the biggest difference on that team. He's brought a professionalism, like I said earlier, to the locker room in terms of the wide receiver room. And I think it's kind of bleeding over into everybody. He trusts them now. And I just think he's getting a better feel for how to play the position, which is strange to say. But remember, this guy's played in so many offenses. He now looks comfortable in this one.
Yeah, I think the saving grace with Myers coming in, obviously he's sure-handed, but also they kind of had I don't want to say, dumb it down because that doesn't sound good, but I think they had to simplify things on offense when Myers got there because, listen, you got a brand new wide receiver coming into your team. It's not just, hey, go out there and catch the ball. I mean, you have to know the play calls. You have to know the scheme and everything like that. So I think simplifying it as well has helped Trevor Lawrence out immensely.
Plus, when you're running that offense, every 4th play it's going to be a jet sweep of some sort, right? And I'm not criticizing that because I think it works a lot of situations, but everybody in that coaching tree, and you can go to that coaching tree all the way down, you can start with McVay and that group and LaFleur and everybody who's ever been in that tree. They love that jet sweep action, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
And they do. How many times did they run it yesterday? Seriously, 3 or 4 times?
Seemed like it.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it sounds like you're criticizing it, Pete.
That's my new bubble screen, is the jet sweep.
Well, screens are kind of screens are out, huh? We're just not going to go with screens anymore, it seems like?
No more screens, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, they haven't really run any screens. But one other thing from yesterday. Once Tootin fumbled, he was done. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
No more. He played 2. I think he played 2 snaps the entire game.
Yeah, I guess so. Remember, he got dinged on the kickoff return, and they kind of evaluated him, and then he came back in the game.
Yep, and here comes my weekly segment asking, are we going to re-sign Travis Etienne? What's the plan going to be there? Franchise tag him? Because once again, I get it wasn't in terms of average per carry the best day for him, but those 2 touchdowns were huge.
It's a tough decision. You can't give him a mega contract. You just can't. He's a running back.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna pay. I mean, at some point, Van Lanen is up as well.
Yeah,
if you like him enough.
And let me ask you
guys,
who's
going to pay
real
him
quick
or
about
Van Lanen?
I don't know. And then you're going to have Lloyd, too.
What
we do about Lloyd?
Jacoby Myers.
And Jacoby Myers. Lloyd, it's a possibility.
At some point, there is a salary cap here. But.
What would he get? 5 franchise tags or only 1? Just 1 still? Change it, Roger. Let's go. Change that, Roger Goodell. But no, with 2, do you think, because obviously coming into the NFL, there was some problems with him fumbling the football. Do you think that first one in the rain was like, okay, we've seen enough. We're not going to let this build upon itself and make him lose more confidence?
Maybe, but he hadn't been a fumbler so far this year.
Yeah.
So I don't know. He did get dinged early in that game. Maybe he wasn't all the way back when he went back in the lineup. Who knows? But that was not a good look, and they didn't play him anymore.
Next question at Eric Aberstein. Who's playing better, Hines Allen or Lawrence? It's nice to see the star players playing like star players.
Hines Allen is playing better for the course of the season, but in the last couple of weeks, I mean, on Sunday, Trevor Lawrence might have been the best player there on Sunday. I mean, that the way he threw the football with confidence, it looked like a first overall pick. That's what he looked like. That's what he expected him to look like. You know, somebody asked me, was that his best game? Numbers-wise, it wasn't, but from looking at it and watching it on tape game, it might have been. You know, you talk about numbers, the 2 drops. You know, Myers dropped one in the middle of the field.
Yeah, that's
he should have caught too.
Rare.
And here's the other the one knock on Trevor, and I'm going to say it again because we saw it again on Sunday. The crossing route throws are always behind the receiver. Did you notice it on the Strange throw? Again, it's the same one where he had Parker Washington, where the one got picked off by Stingley, and then he had him again, I think a week later, and he underthrew it. He doesn't throw it to the sideline enough out in front of the guy, and it makes it a tougher play on the receiver. And he did it. I think wasn't it Strange yesterday? He threw it behind him, and he didn't get to make the play.
I think it was Strange. Yeah. You're not wrong, Pete. I mean, that's kind of been the one thing, because even like when you said when he's on, but that's for whatever reason that throw is just there's trouble there with that throw.
Hines Allen yesterday, by the way, 5 tackles, the sack for a safety, 2 quarterback hits in the game as well.
Oh, and by the way, too, I mean, it's recency bias, but I'm going to take Trevor Lawrence right now. But, like, I think in totality, to answer the question, I think Hines Allen.
Yeah, I mean, if you had to pick a defensive MVP, he's it, don't you think? I mean, everybody would say Devin Lloyd, but I would pick Hines Allen. I think the way he's played, with everybody rolling the protection to him, especially when Walker wasn't there. I mean, I think he's been really good. How many sacks does he have now? 7?
Who, Josh?
Yeah.
Let's see here. He stand by. I will get that here momentarily.
Because it took him a while to get those sacks.
7.5.
Remember, he was getting pressures and he wasn't getting sacks.
That's right. Josh Hines Allen, 7 sacks.
Okay.
Yeah.
11 tackles for loss, 21 quarterback hits.
Yeah, he's been good, really good.
Yeah. Next question at Lever Trarrance. It looks like BTJ has returned to form. Is it more outside routes, better as the second wide receiver, or the reps that have him finding his way back?
Go ahead, Pete.
I mean, it feels like, Liam Cohen actually talked about this a little bit today. Hey, you know what? It's just maybe he's healthy now, too. The ankle was a real deal for a few weeks, and he's confident.
Yeah, but he was healthy early in the season, though.
Right. And he was struggling through some drops and things earlier, and then the ankle thing happened, and he was off to the side for a couple of weeks with that ankle injury, and maybe that cleared some things up.
Let's not forget about the cowering on the shots in the middle of the field. Are you conveniently going to forget about that, too?
I'm just saying it's a long season, and maybe
there's a lot of things wrong
he can develop
early in the season. But I think the most telling thing is the fact that the coach mentioned practice again. Was he practicing at full speed? Was something up with him? There was something going on with him that he wasn't the same player. Well, in the last 2 or 3 weeks, he started to look like the same player. And I think that even on the one in the middle of the field yesterday, he didn't cower. He looked to catch the ball. He made a play. He didn't. That tells me that he's back to being him again, which is important. So I think it's a combination of everything. But first and foremost, right here, go do it.
You're pointing to your head for those on radio, by the way.
Yeah. It is very telling because this is the second time that Liam Cohen's mentioned how great he looked in practice. I think the first time might have been, was it the Miami? Like
remember,
the inner
that was
squads?
Kind of when and JP, we were there. He kind of called him out that day. He said, "This is the guy we expected to see." He wasn't practicing great.
This is the second time. And listen, without repeating ourselves too much, I think with the emergence of Jacoby Myers coming to the team as well, because not only does Jacoby Myers show you what you're supposed to be to do a pro, but also I think Brian Thomas Jr. going into the season, you just thought, okay, well, I'm the man here. Like, I have the numbers to back it up. I was a rookie. Look what I did. It's only going to get better. I don't want to say he got overconfident or anything, but obviously maybe didn't work as hard as he could in practice because he thought it was just going to become naturally for him, and it doesn't. And then all of a sudden Jacoby Myers shows up, and it's like, well, Jacoby Myers is the guy now, right? So you're almost kind of like trying to reach his level because obviously Trevor, I think his favorite target right now is Jacoby Myers. So it's more of Brian Thomas Jr. going, I have to earn some of that respect back, some of that trust back, and trying to keep serve now with Myers.
And the other thing is sometimes when you're a wide receiver on a bad team, you put up big numbers, and then next year you go into the season, you're the number one guy. How do you handle that? Mm-hmm. And I don't think he handled it very well. Clearly he didn't. And now they get Myers there. Look, if you look at their skill sets together, Brian Thomas should be the number one wide receiver. I mean, there's no question about that. He should be the number one go-to wide receiver. And I think what we saw Sunday was a little bit of a movement to that, because it looked like he looked like a number one wide receiver on Sunday.
Let's get one more in here at JagsFan5858. Are there any concerns you have with this team still that could hurt them come playoffs? Playoffs? Well, they still got to make the playoffs first officially, but they're in
they're in. I lock it.
Oh, yeah, that's right, Pete. You locked the playoffs. I forgot. What's your biggest concern with this team?
Boy, that's a good question, because, like I say, there's not a ton where you look at it and go, they're great at it, but there's also not a lot where you look at it and go, they're not good at it either. And so that, my concern would still be, if you get blitzes, if you blitz somebody, can your corners hold up? That would be my biggest concern. That still remains that way, particularly if you're going to go play Drake May and Josh Allen in the playoffs. Can your corners hold up? And that's my biggest concern.
And it's ironic, too, because you talk about those two great quarterbacks, but who they're throwing to, it's like, do they scare you? Like, does Stephon Diggs right now in his career scare you? Does Demario Douglas scare you? Does Keon Coleman, if he's playing, scare you for the Bills? Like, they're not a lot of household names, but the quarterback has shown that they can elevate, those wide receivers. So, yeah, I mean, I understand that. Like, I want to say this real quick about this Jaguars team, too, which I think we don't talk about enough. Their ability to adapt. Whether it's on the field, whether it's, okay, you lose Travis Hunter, what's the plan now? Get Jacoby Myers. Like, this team the entire year has shown the ability to adapt. And I think when we talk about that playoff run, it's not the biggest team. It's not the fastest team that's going to get the job done. It's the team that can adapt the most. And I think right now the Jaguars have shown they can adapt through a lot of circumstances.
Yeah, win in different ways, and we'll see if the quarterback can keep his level of play up as well. That'll be a big question for a lot of people, I think, even though, he's played well the last couple weeks. Can he continue that down the stretch? Those are the fan questions today. Thank you for all the submissions. We appreciate it. And we see them all. We only pick the best, though, Pete.
You do a great job of picking the best. You leave out the nasty ones when there's bad games, though. I notice that.
Unless they're attacking you, then I put them in there.
Then you'll put it up. I know.
Absolutely.
Believe me, I get it from all angles, all over this place, so I'm used to it.
No doubt. Hey, let's come back. We'll go around the NFL and all the games yesterday. Jaguars over the Colts yesterday. This is Jaguars Happy Hour presented by Mr. Chubby's Wings.
Mr. Chubby's Wings is a whole lot more than just wings. Craving the ultimate game day experience? Look no further. Swing by Mr. Chubby's and indulge in the biggest and best wings in town, all while soaking up the lively atmosphere with fellow sports fans. With plenty of game day specials and locations on the West Side, Fleming Island, Ponte Vedra Beach, and new this season, Everbank Stadium, they're here for all your game day needs. Mr. Chubby's Wings is a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Mr. Chubby's Wings, before the game, after the game, and during the game.
Jacksonville's own Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the Jaguars, just scored big, winning 2025 National Builder of the Year. And right now, Dreamfinders is running its best game plan yet, offering winning interest rate incentives and move-in ready homes available today. With 20-plus communities right here in Jacksonville and over 40 across Florida, from Jacksonville to Orlando to Tampa, Dreamfinders Homes is everywhere you want to be. Visit DreamFindersHomes.com and move into your dream home today.
Hey, Duval! Getting to the game just got easier thanks to the new Geico Game Day Shuttle program. Geico's got you covered with a complimentary service before and after every Jaguars home game this season. Ride with your friends, ride with your family, and ride with ease. Enjoy celebrating those unforgettable moments both on the field and on the road. The Geico Game Day Shuttle service runs 3 hours before kickoff and 1 hour post-game. Learn more at jaguars.com/parking. And go Jags!
When it's your money, your business, or your home, you deserve a partner who sees and hears you. A partner who is by your side every step of the way. That's Ameris Bank. It's a commitment we're proud to make, and one we back up by providing financial solutions to empower you. Because at the end of the day, we are dedicated advocates for you. Visit your local branch or learn more at amerisbank.com. Ameris Bank, fiercely yours. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all loans subject to credit approval.
I'm Foye Oluokun from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Driving distracted or under the influence is dangerous for you, and it's dangerous for everyone on the road around you. Ride with Do Not Disturb. That call, text, or social media message can wait. Choose your music before you turn the ignition. Anytime your eyes are not on the road ahead, you're distracted, so pay attention. Remember, drive high equals DUI. Plan ahead. Have a designated driver or get a ride home. Keep a clear head to see clear ahead, and let's get everyone home safely.
The stadium bathroom line. It's like TSA and the DMV merged in the waters of rush hour traffic, and you're in it. No closer to the bathroom than you were 5 minutes ago. Just closer to, well, going to the bathroom. You know what actually takes a minute? Pre-ordering an Uber so no one drives impaired after the game. Take a minute, make a plan. Never drive impaired. Go to takeaminutenow.com from Diageo, Mad, Uber, and the NFL. Please drink responsibly.
Inside handoff. This is Travis Etienne. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Along the right sideline. Touchdown. Travis Etienne, a 28-yard touchdown run in Jacksonville, has extended the lead.
That's Frank Frangie with the call of the game presented by Coil Fence. Since 1927, they've been around the block and fenced it too. Welcome back. It is Jaguars Happy Hour presented by Mr. Chubby's Wings. JP Shadrick, Austin Lane from the Hyundai Studios. Pete Prisco with us down in South Florida after Jaguars win over the Colts 36-19. And for 12 years, Dreamfinders has been proud to call themselves the official home builder of the Jags. Visit dreamfindershomes.com for all the available inventory. And go Jags. Let's go around the National Football League. 4 teams on bye weeks: the Panthers, Patriots, Giants, and 49ers. Thursday, the Lions beat the Cowboys 44-30, putting a dent in the Cowboys' postseason plans. They still have a chance, but they've got to win some games here down the stretch. Seahawks blasted the Falcons 37-9. The Steelers over the Ravens 27-22. Mike Tomlin blew a kiss to the camera after the game.
You know, the problem with the Ravens is they're not scoring enough, and their offense just doesn't look right. Lamar Jackson hasn't looked the same, and now you lose 2 home games to 2 division teams. I mean, they're in trouble. No question about it.
Are the Steelers good enough?
I mean, Ayahuasca Aaron's been doing it, man. You know, like, you got faith. And now they're starting to get DK Metcalf involved as well. Like, I don't know if someone said something to Arthur Smith saying, we're paying this guy how much money? Let's throw him the ball a little more. They're using him.
He got hurt
more
yesterday a little bit, though, so his status is unknown for next week. But you're right. They started getting the ball. And Aaron Rodgers played great on Sunday. He really did. And they schemed up a lot of stuff to get guys wide open. I thought Arthur Smith had a really good day. But are they good enough? Good enough to what? To win that division? It's going to come down to Baltimore and Pittsburgh final week of the season, no matter what happens.
It's always how it seems to be. Your boy Josh Allen threw 3 touchdowns and ran for another, and the snow, and the Bills beat the Bengals.
And look, Joe Burrow made a couple bad plays, and they cost him. He made a lot of really good plays in the snow, but Christian Bedford interception for a touchdown, terrible play. Then he had one tip that was picked off. And look, bottom line is the Bengals needed to win out to have a chance. They didn't. The Bills win that game, and they did it because of Josh Allen.
Yeah, I mean, I think this game showed where unless it's super windy, good quarterbacks will be good quarterbacks. Like, you watch that game, 2 inches, 3 inches of snow, it's like, how can you even run an offense in that condition? They did just fine.
Stop the presses. The Titans won a football game, 31-29 over the Browns. They still stink. They're 2-11. The Vikings blanked the Commanders, 31-0. Daniels got hurt again in the game. The Dolphins over the Jets, 34-10. Do the Dolphins have a chance, Pete?
Yes, they have a chance. You look at their schedule. They play Pittsburgh next week. I mean, that's kind of like a game for them to decide whether they can stay in the race. And then the schedule isn't that daunting. I mean, their schedule, it depends on what happens with New England. Does New England need the game in the final week of the season? If they don't, then Miami could win that game too. And look at the rest of those games. Tampa Bay's on there. That's going to be a tough one. But the schedule isn't that brutal. They get the Bengals at home. I mean, they're alive and kicking.
Is that game? Is that Pittsburgh?
Next week, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's going to be it's probably going to be below 50 degrees. So yeah, probably. Pittsburgh by a lot.
Yeah, but it was yesterday too, and they kind of bucked that trend. But
That's true.
they're
That's
not
true.
the same Dolphins team because they don't throw it around; they run it.
That's true.
I mean, they're a running team now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at Steelers, home against the Bengals, home against the Bucs, at the Patriots for the Miami Dolphins down the stretch. Saints over the Buccaneers, 24-20. And what's going on in the NFC South, Pete?
Well, Baker Mayfield's hurt, and he's the kind of guy that would never lead on. In fact, he didn't want to come out of that Rams game, from what I heard. And he's just not playing the same, and you can see it. He's just not driving the ball like he did. And they had a lot of rain conditions too yesterday, but he's just not playing as well. They got to pick it up. But here's the deal: they play the Panthers twice. They beat the Panthers twice. They win the division. It's that simple.
Yeah, both teams are 7-6 right now. Tampa Bay, the division leader, the 4 seed in the NFC. Carolina currently the 9 seed, and on the outside looking in with the wild cards pretty good. Seattle 10-3, San Fran 9-4, Chicago 9-4, all 3 in the wild card in the NFC. The Broncos over the Raiders 24-17. The Rams blasted the Cardinals 45-17. Packers over the Bears 28-21. Green Bay back in first place.
Isn't that funny? The Chicago went into that game as the 1 seed, and now they're the 7 seed.
Amazing.
It's one game. I mean, it's crazy. This year is so crazy. But look, the Packers, I've said it all along. I think when it's all said and done, they're going to be the best team in the NFC. You're getting Jordan Love going. That's 7 touchdown passes in the last 2 games. And with that defense, they can close out games. I mean, Parsons and company can rush the passer. So they're going to be a problem.
Yeah, I mean, I think getting Christian Watson back healthy, that's kind of their go-to guy now. That's what they've been waiting on, right? Because it was just kind of by association. Watson comes back, had a great day, and now Jordan Love's found some new confidence.
And last
you know what? Packers at Broncos this week. That's going to be fun. That offense against that defense.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, need the Packers to win that if you're a Jags fan.
Yeah.
If you're a Jags fan. The Texans over the Chiefs last night. Chiefs did the Jags no favors. They dropped a bunch of footballs late, and the Texans' defense is number 1 defense in the league.
Like I said last week, everybody in the league, with the exception of the Jaguars and the Colts, wanted the Texans to win that game because they don't want the Chiefs in the playoffs. I don't care what anybody says. You don't want Mahomes and gang that have been there and done it in the postseason. You don't want them in. And so everybody else, other than the AFC South teams, wanted the Texans to win that game.
It was wild watching the halftime report with Andy Reid when they interviewed him. I feel like this Chiefs team thinks that they've already made the playoffs, right? They seem really comfortable. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We always do and everything. I mean, listen, they're still eligible to make the playoffs, and their road is pretty easy. But you can't be so confident, I feel like, right now, if you're the Kansas City Chiefs and Andy Reid. And even last night, you saw it going for it, whatever, on your own side of the field when you didn't have to, when your defense is playing okay. They're getting a little too complacent, I feel like.
I didn't like that decision at all. And I think Andy Reid's a Hall of Fame coach, one of the best we've ever had. That was just a stupid decision. There's no other way to sugarcoat that. That was dumb. You're in a defensive game. Your defense had dominated the second half. Punt the damn ball away. It's an easy decision.
Yeah, and they are eliminated from AFC West contention, by the way. So their only way in is a wild card, so that ends a 9-season streak of winning the AFC West. Monday Night Football. It's a fantastic battle of playoff hopefuls. The Philadelphia Eagles at 8-4 lead the NFC East, currently the number 3 seed in the NFC playoff picture, but they've dropped 2 straight games. They head to California to face the 8-4 LA Chargers, who've won 4 out of 5. As second place in the division, currently the 6th seed in the AFC playoff picture, Eagles-Chargers. Who you got at SoFi?
I have the Eagles. I think they're going to go in there and give the ball to Barkley a bunch. I worry, no Jalen Carter. That's a concern. But that offensive line, you saw it in Jacksonville. They're really bad. And I think it's going to be a problem. Plus, Herbert has the injured hand. Ooh. How is he going to hand off? How much is he going to play in the shotgun? How are they going to play him? You hear Trey Lance might get some snaps and some packages. So I like the Eagles in that game.
I'm taking the Eagles as well. It feels like a winner break game. That football's coming at me again. Be careful with that. I saw it in the corner.
Duck down.
I had my peripherals on.
Watch yourself.
Go ahead and give me the Eagles. It feels like it's a must-win game from them, the way they've been playing the past couple weeks. And if they don't win this game, I mean, at least A.J. Brown will probably have 2 touchdowns again. So, yeah, it'd be good for him.
And he'll be happy. You know how receivers are. As long as they get their balls, they don't care if they win or lose.
Professional football. It is about the money and the stats sometimes for some of these players is how it goes. By the way, and the Philadelphia, by the way, in first place, 8-4. Dallas 6-1. So if Philly loses tonight, then, hey, that's super tight.
Yeah.
In the NFC.
Yeah, they're not. I don't think Dallas is catching them. I think the Eagles, no matter win or lose, but you talk about seeding, they're dropping down the ranks on that one. You don't want to go on the road in the postseason. Some of those places are nasty in the NFC.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about that. Green Bay is
Green Bay in January, have fun there.
No doubt about it. Seattle in January. I mean,
that's a tough place to play too. And look, and plus the Rams are playing as well as anybody. You don't want to play that team the way they throw the ball around on that fast track either.
True. Chicago as well. So there you have it. The picture in for Monday Night Football. Jags, Jets this Sunday. And, Pete, you've already locked the playoffs. You guys have both locked the game this Sunday at the bank.
Yeah, I mean, just all I can say is if you get up by 14, put your foot on the throat and get them out of there. Because sometimes you turn the ball over and you give a team like that life, they hang around. You don't want to do that.
4th and 1 from your own 20-yard line. Go for it. Let's go. Put on the throat. Screen pass.
No.
Jet sweep. Let's go.
Jet sweep
for the win. It'll get it done.
For the win.
It always does.
Pete Prisco, CBS Sports senior writer. Austin Lane, former Jaguars defensive end. I'm JP Shadrick. Thanks to our entire crew, Joe Fortunato, Brent Reaver. Thanks to you for watching and listening. It is Jaguars Happy Hour.